All right, excellent.
So
Everybody have...
how do we
Go
raise
ahead.
or lower that? I don't see this in our room to lower or raise the volume of that.
It's in the Sirenscape player. There should be a volume button.
Okay, where's my sirens? There it is. It's good music though.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, to recap from last week, you had done some additional investigation in the city of Brimshander. You had met with the speaker and the sheriff, and got on their radar for stopping some vandals and some people who maybe were acting out to try to favor the dark impulses of the Frostmaiden. And on the way out, you had met her assistant, who you had come to find out had kept someone's name out of the registry. That person later found out turned up dead, giving you a bit of a clue to maybe what's going on. You decided to move on from Brimshander and head out, but before doing so, had decided to try to find some transportation more apt than your snowshoed feet. So you had found a dwarf running a stables near the east gate. Is that right? The southwest gate, excuse me. And purchased 4 axe beaks to ride upon and a sled with 2 sled dogs. After some haggling and some finagling, you have all loaded up and have set out, leaving Brimshander and heading out into the wilds and the wind and blowing snow under the dark of night that never ends in Icewind Dale. And that's where we'll pick it up.
All right.
We left it where we didn't have an order, a marching or riding order, so to speak. But I have a quick mechanic question for you, Mickey. Are there saddlebags on the saddles associated to the axe beaks?
Not particularly bags, no. There are spots where you are able to
Put gear.
to put gear, yeah.
Like a bedroll or something like that, that we could hook it to the saddle. That's what I'm looking for, to
Yeah,
offload
I
a little
mean,
bit of weight.
just the same way that you would tie it to your backpack, you can tie it to the saddle.
Awesome. Thank you. I'll mark it on my sheet as such.
And if I recall, we were headed to Bremen via Targos to check out Fudgy, the lake whale.
What's the town? What's the name of the town? I forgot.
We're eventually heading to Bremen, but we need to go through Targos first to get there.
Oh, Scott. Okay.
Yeah, if you look at the 10 towns map that we were given by the sheriff,
I don't know where it is.
it's if you go into your Roll20, like on the there's the chat, there's the journal or whatever that is, journal, 10 towns map.
That's the journal, yeah.
Yeah. That's the map there. So we're in Bryn Shander. So we're gonna these paths are the ones that are still available. So I would say we should follow those.
and on that leather map, there was a redded out potentially crossing between Bremen and Targos of some kind. We didn't figure that out. And we're still looking for information on this caravan, the potential murderer of people.
Yeah, Torga Icewind, but we just kind of gotta go where the wind, where we've kind of heard some rumors. Maybe we'll find some more.
Yeah, we should probably keep asking. Yeah.
Yeah. And we did kind of do a walking order, if I recall, because I said we were going to do like a quad thing, with the sled in the middle and then the 2 in front and 2 in back kind of deal.
You have
So-
Roanoke and Thea up front on either sides of the sled, which is carrying Wenzia riding and Albion driving. Donovan, and Filbert in the back.
Danke.
Ruta.
So, is our druid still with us, or has he just mystically disappeared? He turned into like a snow rabbit and take
He's
off.
driving the sled.
Ah, okay.
Awesome.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you for that update.
Indeed.
We're walking while we're riding. Dun 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 dun. So
All right. Well, you guys head out, and you see that there's still right now a path, a road that is somewhat navigable, with noticeable snowbank kind of sides to it, but where the snow and ice is rather hard packed. You notice right away that your axe beak, with their very wide splayed talons or claws or feet, are very adept at getting purchase. Although at first it's a little bit ungainly, you hold on for dear life, and you begin to pick up a pace. I need each of you who are riding an axe beak to give me a animal handling roll, please.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sweet, that's a good start.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Come on. All right.
You and me both, Filbert.
What happened? Shit.
So that's a 24 for me.
Well,
1 second. Sorry, clicked the wrong button.
Dishonor.
I guess my my axe beak is still pissed off when I tried to milk it and realized it was a male.
Oh goodness.
I don't think I needed to know that.
Well, I can't understand any other reason why I got a 4. Gotta find a good reason. Thematic.
I'll take a 20. A nat
It's
20.
only a 20, but
So actually a 21.
Correct.
Okay. Well, it's kind of a mixed bag. You have two of you seem to take to the rolling gate very well. Filbert having a little bit of a trouble on it, kind of bouncing up and down onto his saddle a little bit. Takes you guys the bitter part of waiting on Roanoke and Filbert to get the hang of it. It takes you almost the better part of an hour to really get the hang of moving at the proper pace. At the sled, you have Albion is doing a really pretty good job. He seems to get the hang of calling out the commands to the dogs, and has not too much trouble getting that going. Meanwhile, Winzira is just sitting in the up in the front. She has her lute out, and today it seems to be a little bit of a kind of a discordant melody. Almost sounds like two people with lutes fighting with each other. But the wind howls. You guys start to get moving, and you start to get up to pace. You realize that if you had been walking, you're probably going at least twice as fast as a walking pace, and probably 4 times as fast if you were walking without the snowshoes that you had purchased.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
You guys okay back there?
Yep. Doing fine.
just getting familiar with with my axe beak.
You guys are, as you get the hang of it moving forward, how is it that you guys are seeing? Right now it is pitch dark as you move away from the walls of Bryn Shander. There is currently the moon is not up. The aurora from last night is long since gone.
Yeah,
and,
I've got the light. I've obviously casted light. I mean,
Okay.
you know, boom.
Oh, well, I won't bother taking out my lantern.
Yes.
Then. Light is
Thank
much more effective.
Yeah. You
All
do
right.
have a light domain cleric, so.
So
Thank
Thea,
you very much.
Thea, you are lit up.
hmm
And what about anybody else? Are you the only one?
Actually,
It's an
yeah.
hour, so how many times can you do that today? Is that a cantrip
It's a
or is that
cantrip.
Okay.
It's a cantrip. So actually, what I was planning on doing was touching the sled.
Okay.
So that way it would be more kind of centered around all of us. So it's 20-foot radius. So
Yeah, 2020.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
And you can
mean, if I-
recast that when it expires, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
While
Although-
that gives off a pretty good amount of light,
You'll probably want some
directly in
torches.
front, you have the dogs running out in front of that, and then you
Yeah.
have you guys even beyond that.
Right.
So that the axe beaks up front, if you can certainly run them in that very darkness, but
I will use the torch. So.
well, you can cast light multiple times.
Oh, okay.
No, it's only once.
I'm sorry, you're right.
Yeah, I think because once you cast it again, the original
It goes
You have
out.
to wait till.
goes out.
Yeah.
Well, I can
I-
put up a
I have a
I can open
lantern.
up I have a bullseye lantern too. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a hooded lantern. You've got a bullseye lantern, so that'll last better than a torch, which will probably blow out.
Yeah.
You have to hold it. I also have a shovel. If there's a way I could we could, put it on this one of us, across the saddle or something.
No,
we
mine's a
could hold
hooded
it,
also.
or I could just hold it. No, I don't want to hold it.
I also could do fairy fire.
Isn't that a concentration? No, I don't remember.
It's concentration, but it's only like 10 minutes, I think.
Also,
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's a
fairy
level
fire is
spell.
not going to really
Yeah.
light going forward. Dancing lights you could use like that. Fairy fire not so much because
Yeah.
you would just glow.
Right. No. So I guess if somebody wants to lend me their lantern.
I mean, I can lend you my lantern certainly, but you're
I'm in the
you're
front.
up front. Yeah, so I will
Why
lend you
don't-
my lantern. Go ahead.
Why don't we get a light spell on the people in front, and then kind of rig up a lantern or two on the sled in the center?
That
makes
works.
a
We
lot
can do
more
that.
sense.
Yeah, that's fine.
Halfling ingenuity.
Yes. Thank you. You are much smarter than I am.
I'm marking my lantern down as on the sleigh. Sled, I mean.
What's the difference between a sled and a sledge?
Sledge?
Is this a joke?
No, I
Sledge
don't
would
know
be
the
like
difference.
a hammer. You mean a
Yeah.
sleigh in a sled?
I've heard sledge used for like sleds, and so I was very confused.
That's because you're in Florida and they don't know what they're talking about with anything to do with
Yeah.
snow.
Probably it.
I mean, I can say that with a lot of confidence after the decade I lived there. So
Yeah.
That's just a sled with a meth head lisp to it.
Actually, yeah, it's got the lab right inside of it, cooking as it's
Yeah.
going.
Oh goodness.
Anyway. So, all right. So you start to proceed. Are you guys going? Talk to me about how you're traveling. Are you just what pace are you going at? The fastest it can go? Are you?
I mean, it's cold, so But I wouldn't say we're like sprinting. We don't want to wear the animals out, and we were told we have to stop once an hour anyway
Yeah.
to like rest the animals and feed them and stuff. So
And not only that, we don't want to run into something if we're sprinting, run into a trap, run into
yeah.
we have to be checking ahead of us a little bit with the.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to be moving off periodically a little bit, beyond where the group is to try to scout ahead and then come back. I'm not going to be spending any large amount of time though away from the group, just to help get a little bit of advanced notice if we do run into anything.
And yeah, I guess I'll keep my eye out on the more immediate vicinity around us in the back. I'm not even going to bother looking forward beyond my immediate area.
All right.
Yeah, I would say the two of us in the back should kind of just watch the flanks in the rear.
Yeah. Not get lost and keep an eye out back here.
Okay. Then I will ask for perceptions from Roanoke and the two of you in the back who are kind of keeping an eye out.
I'll take it.
Damn it!
I don't know if this comes into play. It says when you're engaged in another activity while traveling, you remain alert to danger. That's my natural explorer ability. I don't know if that has any impact on that.
18 for Dodvin, Filbert 9, Roanoke 12.
Do you want me to do passive perception for me, or?
Oh, I already know what your passive
Yeah.
is.
Okay.
I'm just looking up his. Which one is it now?
What?
Natural explorer.
Yeah, natural explorer. So, I'm in my favorite terrain. So the difficult terrain doesn't slow our group. The group can't become lost except by magical means. When I'm engaged in another activity while traveling, which is like foraging, navigating, trafficking, I remain alert to danger. When I move up ahead, or if I'm away from the group, I can move stealthily at a normal pace.
All right.
The foraging thing doesn't really matter, and the tracking thing doesn't matter right now.
Cool.
So hopefully that.
Yep. But
They don't-
you're riding an animal right now, so
Yeah.
okay. All right. So 12, 14. Okay, great. You guys looking out the back, you don't really see much of anything going on behind you, nor do you hear anything over the wind. Roanoke, it's a kind of a fairly straightforward road that you're on. It doesn't have a whole lot of twists and turns to it, so you're pretty confident that you're going in the right direction on the road. You're not at any time worried that you're veering off. You feel very strong, confident about it. On the sledge, oh, now you got me doing it. The sled behind you. You notice that all four of you notice that Winzira has stopped playing her lute, and she's looking back at Albion. And you hear her just over the wind asking, "Hey, you You okay over there? And you can just kind of see Albion kind of waving his hand at her until he grabs his chest, and you see him tumble off of the side of the sled, the dog sled in the back.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
The sled keeps going, however, and you see Winzira scrambling to grab it and scramble back to kind of rein in the dogs. It takes her about 10, 15 feet, at which point, what are you guys are doing?
I'm
You all
stopping.
notice this?
I want to ride up next to where he fell over, stop, hold on to the reins as I get off and check on him. Like,
Yeah.
"Sir, you okay? What's going on?"
Do we all see this? Do we all see this?
You hear that she had stopped doing that and grabbing the reins. The two behind have seen him drop over the edge.
Yeah. So
But you noticed right away that she had stopped playing, that she, had said something and had pulled the sled and was scrambling to stop the dog sled.
So I see that my friend in the front here has obviously turned around, right? Who was up front with me again? Dodvin?
Ronan.
no, I'm in
No.
the back.
You and Roanoke.
Okay.
We should go back.
Yeah. What's going on?
So what do I see that's different now that I'm adjacent to him?
You see him lying in the snow,
Is he
kind of
like
groan. You can hear him groaning, and he seems to be grabbing his hands across his chest.
Okay, well, I will reach down into him and
From the top of your axe beak?
no, I said previously I'm holding on to the thing and I want to get off and be, reach out my arm to him and be like, "You okay? What's wrong?"
So you jump off the axe beak and you approach Albion. You kind of pull his shoulder over, and you see that blood on his chest.
Oh,
I take out my bow and I start scanning the horizon as far as we can see, seeing if I can find a target. I'm assuming he's attacked.
Okay.
I will yell that out. He's been hurt. He's been attacked. Is there an arrow or something in his chest? Something?
Are you
if
going
not-
to examine his chest?
I'm rushing
yes.
over.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm prepared to do a heal. Some kind of,
As you
Feeling
go
his lay on
to
hands.
pull him over and you're looking to go lift up and pull his things apart, you hear a tearing, ripping sound as some bloody mass lifts up, shooting up out of his chest.
Are
Jesus.
you kidding?
At which point you see,
What the fuck? You're alienating
and
us.
you hear a large.
What
Uh,
the hell?
roll a dexterity saving throw, Dodvin.
Great. Okay. Where are my saves?
God, it's gonna be a face hugger.
Yeah.
No!
Why do I not see my saves all of a sudden? I'm sorry. Where the hell are they on the sheet?
Top leftish, center-ish.
Top leftist center-ish. I see successes by death
Approximately
saves.
almost halfway. Or precisely almost halfway to the top.
Are you in
Dude, they're
four?
right next to dexterity.
They're next to dexterity. Okay. So dexterity.
Should see strength, dex, con, intelligence.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, but that's a dex. I don't see the actual. I'm sorry to be.
Click the word
I don't-
dexterity.
Okay. 10.
Great. You are surprised by this thing as it kind of rears up. You kind of lean back, just with you're shocked, and
Yeah.
it begins to. You can see it kind of head swerve on a swivel. It looks all around, and it begins to take off into the snow.
Better not get my dogs.
if you'd all like, anyone wants to interact, everyone can roll initiative.
Oh yeah.
Why not?
I'm glad I got that one out of the way.
I'm glad I got that 3 out of the way.
As long as it didn't like pop out and go, "Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling."
All right. So did anybody who rolled their initiative, did anybody click on their token before they did it?
No.
No.
I think we all forgot
Dishonor
that.
on all of your family.
Alright.
All right.
I thought
What are
that
we
was
doing?
only on like a map.
I will do
know
it.
that
No,
you
that's
can
all right.
click
I'll put them
We
in
don't
there.
have a map. There's
I'll
no
redo
map.
them. Dude, there's giant tokens on your screen right
Yeah.
now.
I didn't know that was the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. There's no map. Where's the tokens? I don't see them.
It's
right
your
on the-
avatar. It's the round avatar. At least I know. I mean, I'm not going to talk. I couldn't find reflex
All right.
save.
I have re-rolled after clicking on my token.
I did the same.
Token.
And I got worse.
Yeah, I got worse too.
It's karma. I also got just as bad.
So,
We all got our spankings.
the this slimy kind of elongated it looks kind of a motley different colors that you can see it Donovan. It's a reddish and blue really slimy kind of thing, but with this gaping mouth. It tears off between the gaps due out into the dark. You see it move at a good 30 feet.
Okay.
And then it keeps on going, and it disappears
light,
beyond the range of your disappears beyond the range of your torchlight and your
Yeah.
lantern light into the darkness.
Okay.
I cast magic missile.
Can you do that?
No.
Well,
I cast meteor shield.
All right.
God, I just want to know one thing.
Okay. If it's my turn, actually, I'm gonna cast Radiance of the Dawn.
Ooh.
Okay.
What is
So,
that?
uh,
Ooh.
so I lift up my symbol of Lysander, and I'm like, "Evil demon, you shall not get away with it. Light shall follow you." And they need to make a Constitution saving throw.
And the range of that is 30 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you pray and you
Yeah.
pray to Lathander, and suddenly this dawn-like light sheds and illuminates in this kind of a round dome around you, lighting up very clearly and distinctly. You're able to see, the edges of where the road is, and anything from 30 feet on, and you can clearly see this bloody, slimy trail that goes away and up and climbs up over this snowbank and disappears down the other side into the darkness beyond your light, heading off into that direction.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
It was a nice thought. It really was.
Being a denizen of the Arctic up here, am I familiar with this creature? What this thing is?
You were not very close to it, but I don't know. Roll a nature.
Well, I guess then prior to rolling nature, just to make it work, I'll say, what was it? Describe it. Does anybody?
Well, you got a little bit. I mean, you saw this kind of thing. You saw something kind of pulling out of his chest and streaking away. You have never heard of anything popping out of a guy's chest like that before.
Yeah. Going on, Albion. Well, can anybody check on Albion? Is he alive? Can he be
Yeah.
healed?
Well,
Well,
that was
it's
mine.
Filbert's initiative.
Oh, I'm sorry. Apologies.
Yeah, I'll dismount the axe beak, and I'll draw my bow and knock an arrow, and I'll shout back to Roanoke. I'm no good at healing people, but I'll keep watch, and I'll just kind of just keep doing a 360, making sure that there's nothing else coming around.
Very good. Okay.
And hold an action for a hostile creature and release the arrow.
Got it.
Mute.
All right. So you see Filbert is poised and ready. His head's on a swivel as he's looking for threats with his bow drawn. All right, Roanoke.
Your moment to shine.
I am. We all have our moments to shine. At this point, I'm going to get off the axe beak. I'm going to tie it off over at the sled, and I'm going to go look at the whatever tracks it left to see if I can discern whatever patterns of movement it made that I can possibly follow.
Okay. Go ahead and give a survival. See how well you can track at it. All right. Yeah. So you can. It's not hard for you to see. With the residual light that is from the radiance of the dawn having been shed here, and even with just the light that you've got coming from vehicles and various sources, it's a pretty distinguished trail, leaving a little bit of this slime and bloody trail. You can see that goes up over the snowbank and out into the deeper snow, where it does get a little bit more difficult to track. But currently, you can still see. You're still able to make it visible in the snow. You do get a sense too with that 18. You're able to sense that it is moving at a pretty good clip. You would think that it is moving as fast as you could move on regular ground if you were using all of your energy to just move. Is that
That does make sense.
clear without saying exactly the mechanic behind it?
Yes. It's quick. So I can see where it went. And I resist the urge to go run off after it. Wait to see what Albion's position, health is once somebody who actually has medicine capabilities checks on him.
Well,
No, these things are all happening simultaneously. I understand.
Dodvin, you are need to roll for me a wisdom saving throw.
okay. Click on me.
Just the word wisdom
Okay, just checking.
in the box there with saving throws.
Yeah. 17.
Okay, so the horror that you just saw is like this is one of the most horrific things you've ever been present to, right? In close stuff, and as you can feel like the panic kind of welling up in you, you take a deep breath and you steel your resolve and you shake off the horror, and you're able to not succumb to this nightmare thing you've just seen.
That was terrible. That's Joe saying that. I look at our fallen comrade and I say, "Is it your time to be judged?" And I'm looking at him to see if he's already dead, like on death saving throws, sort of thing, or is he dead?
roll a I'll give you one more. Roll a medicine check.
That would be a 9.
So, looking down, you see a crater-sized hole in this small little gnome's body, and just looking down in through beyond that, you can see a hollowed-out cavity that is far too large to look good.
I do the 2-finger thing over his eye, and I say, "It is your time to be judged. May Kelimvar be with you. Be kind to you. He's dead. Find the little thing."
All right.
Winzira, seeing that, gives that a little sniffle, but then what does she do? She gives a good look around. And she, with her dark vision, she peers ahead along the road. And you can hear kind of in a small, kind of scared little voice, I think we have more company, and points down the road. At which point she draws out her rapier and her dagger.
Oh shit.
And at that point, as you all turn, you see, making your way towards you, a heavily cloaked and bundled figure making its way slowly up the road. At this point, John, why don't you go ahead and tell us what they see?
All right. He's about 5'8", heavily cloaked, obviously. Wear cloak, hooded, staff with light shining from the top of it. Trudging through the snow. Dark gray robes, bundled up tight with orange trim. Hobbling up. As I get closer, you see pale skin, dark black beard, human, most likely.
Who goes there?
Hi, I am Henrik.
I draw a bead on him with my arrow.
I look at him and I go, put that away.
No,
How are you?
we just were attacked, and you just conveniently come out of the wind and snow. I'm not putting anything away.
Our comrade has just fallen to some evil creature. Seems to be magic in nature. You wouldn't have anything to do with that, would you?
No, what kind of creature?
I don't know.
What did it look like?
We look to
I describe it. Describe because I was the closest to this reddish worm-like thing with sharp fangs, teeth. And Mickey is our new associate in front of the road within 60 feet of me. Because if he is, I'd like to use the divine sense on him.
Yeah, I mean, yes. To come in within the light so that you all can see, he's got to be within, that 25, 30 feet or so from you, yes.
Okay. So it just tells me if he's fiendish, undead, or celestial.
You don't get any of those type of feelings from this individual.
Okay. Just checking.
He doesn't look like he matches the tracks.
I mean, as you can see, I'm not the hardiest of beings. I am not. You can tell by looking at me, I'm a quite frail guy. I pose you no threat, I swear.
You see a snake-like creature that has the blood of our friend all over it, rushed speed through the snow past you?
I did not see anything. No. How did it kill your friend? What happened?
It came out of his chest.
It came out of his chest. Like he said, snake-like.
Yes.
Snake-like.
Or a worm
Or worm.
with teeth. Big, pointy teeth.
Sounds like parasite. Let's see. What have I read back in Neverwinter? It was there's a few things it could be. None of them are good though. You don't want to chase it. I strongly advise against it. I do not chase the thing. That's all I gotta say. Let it go.
Why?
They're not fun. And if it's what I think it is, it sounds like your friend may have gotten some eggs laid in them, and they're not nice things. They're just not nice. They're
What's
not
it called? What?
Mickey, can I do an insight on this to see if he I think he's being honest?
Sure.
Fuck. 11. Excuse me.
I mean, he seems earnest.
One human looks just like the rest of the humans. They all sound earnest to me.
I will tell you this: if there are more of them around, they are nasty little creatures.
What are they called?
If it's what I believe it is, I believe it's a slod. Slods are
A slod?
yes, they're. If you just catch one, they're not. They can be okay. You don't want to try to talk to them though. They are beyond crazy. They are just ridiculously. You cannot reason with them. Just avoid them at all costs. If he's going to his clan of whatever, then just don't. I strongly advise against it. They are not to be reasoned with, and they can be quite nasty. And luckily, he was of the kind that just bursts out and kills your friend. The other kind are even worse.
Oh, could we all be infected?
Have you fought any frog-like humanoid creatures?
Not that I can recall. Is there anybody else that has done that? I mean, since we've been together, I don't remember.
No.
I don't think so.
Well, then your friend must have contracted that
not.
while you're meeting you. Because you would know if you fought the slot. They are not fun.
And you are? Who are you?
Yeah, what are you doing out here on the road?
Oh, I am here on a trip for my guild. I am on my way to the walled city up ahead on guild business.
Prince Shander?
What guild is this?
Mage Guild.
That is of the guild. That is not of liberty to speak of the business. It's in the dire need. My guild is in Neverwinter. I am on my way, and I need to go to Targos, which is it's not too far, but I've had a couple close calls out here. It's been
Surely you could tell us the name of your guild. I'm not asking what your business is.
it is. To be honest, I'm not comfortable explaining too much to you guys. I see that you guys are a hefty bunch, and I am just as leery of you as you are of me.
I don't understand. You can't tell us what the name of your guild is?
I would rather not.
Okay, well, be on your way then.
I suppose. I guess I do. Alrighty then.
Can you at least tell us what your...
Studs.
Oh my god. what you can't tell us anything about your mission, but you would like to possibly travel with us? Seems a bit.
I was just trying to get a gauge on you. You are, like I said, I was trying to say that I've come into a couple close calls. I am not the hardiest of people. I've had to, I wouldn't say run. I'm not the type to run so much, but avoid a few things on the road. And, you guys seem to be going in the same direction. I don't want to necessarily travel. I just want you in front of me would be the best. I don't necessarily need to be
So,
part of your friendship.
Do you swear you had nothing to do with the death of our friend? Do you swear that?
You or your friends. Why would I have any reason to do anything to you of your friends? All I did, you explained it to me. I have read of these things.
I know.
Read
I
of
was
many
just
monsters.
asking. Just asking.
You seem
They
rather,
are,
you seem rather defensive,
Like I said-
stranger.
like I said, you are lucky he is of the kind that killed your friend, because the other kind are even worse.
You have to understand from our standpoint, our friend just died. You you magically appear immediately afterwards. You know exactly what this creature apparently is, and you won't tell us anything about where you came from or where you're going, or even tell us the name of your guild.
I'm from Neverwinter.
Very suspicious.
Actually, to be honest with you, I'm originally from up here, but I haven't been here in like 10 years.
Where from?
I am from the town up the road here. It is. Why did I do that? Okay. I am. I am. There are 3 towns on this lake. You have.
we're not asking for a geography lesson. We're asking where you're from.
We really just want some basic information. You're digging a hole here.
This lake here has 3 towns. You have Targos, which is up ahead. It's going to be the first town you come to, and then
Yes,
beyond.
so are you from Targos?
No, I'm not from Targos. I am from
Okay, so
a rival
keep
town,
going.
though, Targos. Which, if you were to turn right at Targos and keep going for a while, then you get to Tourmaline. That's where I am from, and it's a small fishing town. I wasn't much on fishing, so I decided to go to Neverwinter. But I am back on guild business. I need to do.
What guild was that again?
I'm sorry.
What guild was that again?
So listen. We may need some help getting our friend out of the snow while we keep talking. If you do need our services and you don't wish to tell us a bit more, I suppose you could hire us and ride in our wagon.
Can
Like I said, I don't need to.
can you drive a dog sled by any chance?
Yeah.
I'm a fairly intelligent person. I'm pretty sure I can figure it out.
But you don't know the name of your guild.
Oh, I know it. I'm just not comfortable speaking all of the details of myself. I know nothing of you as well.
I stepped forward a little bit, and my knocked arrow is now getting drawn.
Yep.
How much is our help worth to you, and how much is your life worth to you?
I cast
Because
Mage
I am
Armor.
tiring of this conversation,
He starts
and it is
casting
fucking cold out here.
I step back and cast Mage Armor.
He starts casting a spell. I just want to please let me just stop right here.
Not hostile, guys. If he was
In normal
he was-
situations, I would totally shoot this guy, but I know he's our new player character. He just cast a spell. That's the definition of rolling initiative. I don't want to do that. Though.
If
I
he was
know, but
no,
let's just
no,
say-
that's incorrect.
There's also a difference
He's
between
casting a
knocking
spell
arrow
on
and drawing and
himself.
bringing it and saying you're gonna kill
It is
him.
no different than pulling back a knocked arrow.
I know, but from my standpoint, one of our party members just died, and he just
guys-
appeared out of nowhere. And
I'm not
he's-
telling you not to do. I'm just
no
telling you that's
offense-
why
no
that's
offense-
not rolling initiative.
No offense, but he's acting very sketchy. He just starts casting a spell. I don't know what spell he's casting. I would shoot him.
It's only semantics. It's only words.
Doesn't matter. You cast a spell.
I'm gonna try this, Mickey, just because this is what my stupid character is built for. I'm gonna yell, "Enough!" as loud as I can, as intimidatingly as I can, to get everyone to calm the fuck down.
Right?
You are a loud one.
Hold on, let's see.
We are standing.
Come on,
We're-
please, be good roll.
We
Damn
are
it.
standing in Lysander's light right now. If he was hostile, Lysander would be striking against him.
I don't think that's how that works.
It says any hostile creature within the thing.
All I'm saying is, defensive spell is still a spell. Once he casts his mage armor, I will also pull back my arrow and say, if you cast anything else, then I'm going to let this loose.
You had already pulled back your arrow and said you were going to shoot me. So
I am going to shoot
cast a
you.
defensive spell myself. I am well within my ability to do so. I would rather not get an arrow through the skull.
Then I think we need to do is we need to be very specific here. If you're just some wayward traveler who happened upon, unfortunately, at the wrong time, then you need to be more forthcoming and less mysterious, because we are very on edge right now. We've lost somebody who has bled with us, and now we don't know who you are, and you just happened upon us when he died. So how about you be a little bit more forthcoming and a little bit less, again, sketchy. Otherwise, this arrow is really about to slip from my grip. I don't know how long I can hold it.
Oh, I will not deal with threats. I don't care what you've gone through. I will not deal with threats.
If he wanted to jump on us, he had the opportunity to cast spells on us at a distance when we weren't paying attention to him.
Why would I to you? That makes
No,
sense.
I'm
I'm a highly intelligent being. Why would I even just walk up to you? If I wanted to kill you, like he said, I would be casting firebolts at you from a distance. It doesn't
Exactly.
make sense.
You'd be peppered with arrows too. The bottom line is that I think you're coming in here a little aggressive, and very sketchy.
You think you're funny.
I'm funny.
Okay, please. We are talking in circles here.
Oh my goodness.
I pick up our fallen comrade. Oh, go ahead.
I'm trying to get to the town. I need to set up shop. I will tell you that I am trying to get in contact with the dwarves for the guild. We are rebuilding Neverwinter. If you did not know, Neverwinter was destroyed. The rebuilding processes have begun, and that is my goal, is to try to get materials.
You're rebuilding Neverwinter from up here?
Well, we're getting materials. I need magic. I need gems for protection spells and things for the guild hall. That is, the dwarves in the dwarven valley do have some things in their minds that we do look for.
So the dwarves south of the spine are not able to give you these gems? There's
Oh,
plenty of mining going on.
They are helping other guilds in other portions of the city. We are not. I'm not in the ruling of Neverwinter. I am just a mere artisan for a guild that I am trying to help procure other items that we cannot get from the other dwarves because they are quite busy with it's a huge project.
You know what?
Not one area can help.
I unknock my arrow and I look around to my compatriots and say, this man is too much of a fool to be the one behind what happened to our. I'm talking. This one is too much of a fool to be behind what happened to our friend, and he clearly is going to die on his own out here. So we might as well do a service to the foolish and let him come with us.
I guarantee you, sir. I'm much smarter than all of you.
Jeez.
Well, then maybe you could find your own way to the next village.
Oh, I can find it. I can find it just fine. I know exactly where it's at. I just figured I saw you guys here.
I go pick up our fallen friend and I put him on the dog sled, and then I just go stand by my bird and I kind of lean on my bird, waiting for them to stop.
I saddle up onto the yak's beak, and all I say is,
Listen.
"It's fucking cold. Let's go."
Listen.
He
Regardless-
follows us. He follows us.
Fine.
I'm ready to go.
I do the
Yeah,
same.
we're-
I do the same.
We are out here in the waste. He is by himself. We must help those in need.
You
That's
don't have to do
thus-
anything.
Thus says Lathander, and Winzira cannot steer the sled on her own. So,
But she's nice.
On that point, I utterly agree.
When Zira runs up and gives the new guy a big hug.
Oh. Wait, what is hugging me?
That's
What is-
how, just so you know, that's how our friend got infected.
Oh,
What? What?
I get up on my axe beak and I start going.
what is hugging me?
When Zira looks at you and bares her fangs at you, and for the first time you see this feral little goblin as opposed to this cute little companion.
Oh,
she-
come
and-
on.
And as she sheathes her dagger and rapier.
all right.
So I'm if we are going to be traveling with this gentleman, perhaps he should use drive the sleigh, the sled. I'm sorry, your name again, sir?
My name is Hendrik.
Thank you. I am Dodvin. We could use
And
your
I am
assistance
Thea.
in driving the sled, and that is Thea.
Sorry.
I would be more than happy to help. Hop up on the sled. I was like,
So I'm gonna kind of hang back a little more than I was before, closer to the sleigh, and I would be like, "You must understand, the tensions are really high. Normally, we're not this bristly. I do hope you'll forgive us for any rudeness."
oh, it's quite all right. He's obviously one of the hot-headed types. It's not.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
That's okay.
Can you hear me? I'm like right next to him with the wind.
Mickey, did our fallen compatriot drop anything into the snow? I want to make sure that nothing personal effects from him dropped. I just want to scoop it up if it did. Make sure he's on the sled properly.
Nope. Everything still with him. I mean, this thing just came right out of the front of his chest.
Okay.
Didn't disturb really anything, except ripping his
Except,
clothing.
you know.
Yeah, other than his internal organs, his sternum, and ruining his jacket.
Did he have a bedroll or a blanket in his pack or supplies or anything like that?
Yeah, he did. He had, giving
Oh,
a
yeah.
quick little look over, you find that he did have that pair. He had a smaller pair of snowshoes, a bedroll. He had 8 days of rations and 10 torches.
I asked Dodvin to wrap him up with the bedroll to protect his body from the cold until we get to a town.
I can do that. And I do that.
Thea's still in shock. This is all like,
Yeah. This is our friend just went to get judged. I'm not happy about this.
I do apologize about your friend. It's a sad thing to have a slot jump out of your chest. It's quite a disturbing sight. I understand it. But like I said, you be lucky it wasn't the other type. You don't want to know what the other type does. It's not. It's even worse. It's better he's dead than turned into whatever, into a slot. It's
he's gonna turn into a sloth.
Yeah, do they lay more than one egg?
They may lay a couple one into you. It's normally only one, and then it has to gestate for quite a long period of time, and then it slowly gets bigger. Once it's just time to come out, it just explodes out. Now the other kind, the other, believe me, I've read all about monsters and spells and everything. I am very readed individual here. So these things, other kinds, they put it into you, and you slowly turn into them, and they will take over all of your abilities. They are quite a nasty little creature, and they're crazy. They're
Well-
absolutely nuts.
If there's more to tell as we move. I'm sure some of,
Yes.
especially
Yeah.
our bard is terribly cold. So let's get moving.
See if I can remember. It's been at least 10 years since I've driven one of these things.
Why are you rolling that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I do this.
What? Why did you roll 200%?
Yeah.
What are you doing? This is not AD&D. AD&D. If
You play the cleric. I'll DM. How's that? All right.
So where we go?
Yeah. Mickey, I'm going to
I
sing.
thought John rolled that. I'm
quietly.
sorry, Mick.
No, it's okay. I was just busting chops.
I'm going to hum to myself songs of passing and death as we move on. I'm sure that I know them as a paladin, so there must be something.
Okay.
I will sing along with you.
Thank you.
All right, you guys start to head in. As you guys do so, the wind starts to pick up, and the snow starts to get quite a bit heavier. But it's not quite a full-on blizzard, but the weather has turned particularly nasty. But as you start to approach, after about an hour or so of steady riding now, you're getting to be that you notice the light is getting to that brief period of time each day that there is some illumination. It almost gets to almost twilight, and in the distance you're able to see begin to see the wall of a settlement approaching as the horizon starts to turns from black to a dark gray. Those of you from 10 Towns will know that the road that you're on right now will take you to the gates of Targos, another of the walled 10 Town, the walled towns of 10 Town, excuse me.
Argos ahead.
Yes. Coming up on the town of Targus, the only city around this particular lake that has a wall.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So is the gate closed? Like, are we
Or
waiting for
open, or
the timed thing for that to happen, sort of thing?
You're still a little bit too far away, and with that stop and whatnot and getting accommodated, look, you figure it's a good half hour at your present pace to push onward. But that you've been moving now for the better part of an hour.
So I'd say to oh god, I'm gonna say it wrong. Thea? No, I said it wrong.
Thea.
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 Should we bury our druid out in the wilderness? It seems more like what he would be inclined to do than within the city itself.
That's a good point. What does everybody else think?
It's an excellent point.
We have to rest the mounts for a while, so unless we know exactly what town he's from and it's on our way, we might want to do it here.
I think here would be as well as any. Ah, what is that sound?
What is that noise? Is that the wind of whipping off the walls of Targos?
Well, you're quite a ways away from
No,
Targos. But
was
yeah,
wondering what that
the,
weird noise
the
was.
weather is
So-
starting to turn foul.
Okay, well, if we're gonna do this, we need to go ahead and do this now. Then I think the weather is starting to turn on us.
Right. Start your prayers while I dig.
Oh, Lysander, take
I'll dig.
back the child of the sun. Take him into your warm embrace, away from this cold, dark nightmare. Though he may not have worshipped you, he still walked within the light and is one of your children. As we are all children of Lysander.
When Zira takes out her lute and is kind of strumming along to you, like, I wish I had a discordant lute sound from Sirenscape Benedon.
Like the song from like Diablo.
Not quite a lute. But
No, but that's what the kind of, so when Zira thinks that that's what humans like to hear. If you're sad, so she, starts playing that.
Well, I don't think it'll take me long to dig this.
No, he's rather
yeah.
small. So you're able to dig a significantly deep into the permafrost with your weapon there, and make a small cairn over the body with the rocks that you had pulled up as well as some of the permafrost and snow that you dig a good 4 or 5 foot deep hole. Are you taking any of his equipment with you, or?
I would
think we
definitely
have
say
to.
we
Yes.
Distribute his rations amongst the remainder of the group.
Yeah, and let's not forget his money. Not to be a
All right. So, to be completely mercantile, or not mercantile, what is that? Mercurial.
Mercenary. Yeah.
Mercurial. His leather armor is pretty much shot to hell. Plus, none of you are small enough to actually would have been able to wear it anyway.
Right.
You have a bed. There's a bedroll, unless you buried him with it.
I'm
I
gonna leave
think
him.
you
I'm
buried him
gonna
with
leave
his
him
bedroll.
wrapped up in that. Yeah.
That's classy.
Yeah.
You have his scimitar, although albeit a short one, but still a scimitar. A tinderbox, 10 torches, 8 rations, and a pair of snowshoes. You find
A tiny pair of snowshoes.
7 silver and 12 copper.
What were the 10? I couldn't hear you.
I'm sorry, no, that's wrong. You find 12 gold and 7 silver.
Okay. You said scimitar 10 something. I lost you.
Torches.
And then 8. Thank you. Okay. And a backpack. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Albeit rather small. You would not be able to use it.
No, it's a belt pouch for me.
Yeah. Exactly.
I put that.
Go ahead.
Didn't he have that horn?
I think he did, but I'm not sure if he wrote
I'll
it
take
down.
the horn.
That's everything that he's got on his character sheet.
Yeah. If he didn't write it
I
down.
think he had the horn though.
Yeah, I'll take the horn.
Oh, the goblin horn?
The not made by goblins goblin horn.
Yeah. Yeah. So if he did, then if no one else has that, yeah, then yes, he had that.
I put that in our shared notes, by the way.
There's certainly room on the dog sled. for all of that equipment.
Okay. I think we should just leave it in the backpack unless someone's taking. At least I'm going to leave it in the backpack for the moment, and I will. Whatever is not being taken by the party right now, I'm sure the coin is, but like the candles and the whatever. My point is, I'm taking his wrapped up body, saying my own prayers, and putting him in the hole, and then covering him up, finishing my prayers, so we can eventually move on.
Okay. Off you go. Yeah.
I love whoever is Anonymous Hedgehog. That's hilarious.
What happened to his? Where did it go? Out into the wild? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Probably infested as well.
Good opportunity to cast 5 familiar.
Go ahead and actually I'm gonna it's just an action. So I'm going to go ahead and summon my owl to be flying, like we're sitting on my shoulder as I'm driving the thing.
Okay.
Cool.
How long does that take? Are you doing it as a ritual, or are you?
Well, like I thought I already had it.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah. So it's just an action of summoning.
And yeah, everyone, just bear with John and I. We kind of he came up with this character just in the last 24 hours, so we're still kind of working out.
The details.
Yeah. So if I forget, John, just remind me, because
Yeah, it's all good.
a lot of things to keep straight. Okay. So, the wind, while not quite to a blizzard level, is still pretty fierce. You can tell just through your telepathic kind of bond with your familiar. Is it he or she?
It'll be she.
She's definitely giving you get a strong sense from her that she would much rather not be flying at the moment.
Well, I have her on my shoulder.
Yep. No. I'm just letting you know
Yeah.
that through the bond,
And I won't send her out right now.
you're definitely getting the sense of that that the weather right now is not conducive to a lot of flying.
I got you.
Well, we should definitely head into town. The weather is starting to pick up, and we have the daylight now, so I suggest we go ahead and head in.
Agreed.
Goodbye, fallen comrade Albion. May nature take you within its bosom.
May Kellambar judge you well.
You guys start to keep as you proceed down. You can see where about halfway between the distance from where you were, where you had stopped to bury poor Albion and feed the dogs and the axbeak, and give them a bit of a breather. About halfway between there and what you can barely make out to be the walls, as the snow kind of blows across your face and obscures it from time to time. There is a divergence in the road that begins to head in a more northwesterly direction, as opposed to going up to the gates. Those of you who are familiar with 10 towns and who have looked at the map know that that is generally the direction that you would head to go to Bremen. But also where there's the red kind of scratched out
On the map.
surface of the map.
I think we should at least stop, find out what that red mark is, and see if our caravan has been this way.
You guys are part of a caravan?
I'll check and see
No.
if there's any track to match that.
Just something we're following out of curiosity.
Roanoke, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to turn up your gain a little bit. I'm
Oh,
having
I'm sorry.
trouble.
My mic is not close enough to my mouth. I'm facing the other way. Maybe that's it. How am I now?
That's better. Yeah. I didn't hear
sorry.
what you had just said.
I'll try to speak into the mic.
I have to do the same thing, man. I'm terrible.
I have this like blue snowball thing that usually catches everything, but if I'm looking away from it, I'm probably whispering. I'm gonna go check and see if there's any tracks that match the sled. Since Dodvin brought that up.
The slod or the sleigh? I didn't
The
hear.
sled.
The
The
sleigh.
slot is behind us. I'm not thinking.
Yeah, that's what I think it's a hearing thing. Okay. Go ahead and give a survival to kind of see what you see.
What happened to my sheet? I lost my sheet. All right. Wow. Oh, there it is. When you pop it out, it kind of disappears behind your screen sometimes. So I'm doing survival, correct?
Yeah.
No.
No, that's still good. You make your way up to that divergence. You can see that there, is a definite usage that goes towards Targos. You see far less usage going off in this other direction. And even just looking ahead a little bit, even though your visibility is kind of hampered by the wind right now and the snow to about 60, 75 feet at any given moment, you can tell that the road looks more and more as it goes out, more snow covered and less like a road.
But no sign of this sled.
You don't see any tracks, and with a 14, you're not surprised with the blowing of the snow and whatnot. Anything would be, if they hadn't come by here in the last half hour, they'd probably be obscured.
I return to the group and look to Donovan and say, no sign of it. And I look over to, what is your name? To our newcomer?
Henrik.
Oh,
Henrik, we're not part of a caravan. We seek a sled, which was manned by a group that attacked us. And I go back to taking point on the in the direction that we were going.
okay. You're tracking it.
And Roanoke, you would remember clearly that they were that was more of a kind of a wheeled conveyance.
Oh, was it? Oh, I thought it was a sled.
And
It was
it was
pulled
being
by
pulled
bears,
by
right?
polar bears.
Polar bears. Got it. Well, that makes sense.
So
No
that
Yeti.
you would, you are familiar with, since that you are this is your favorite terrain, you're well familiar with what polar bear tracks would look like if you were to see them again.
Got it. Yeah, definitely not a Yeti. My mom was killed by a Yeti. I say that every game.
Yeah.
I go about my business.
Yes, Roanoke. It's very
No one
sad.
cares. No
It's very sad.
That's very sad. Moving on.
I'll hug you later. All right. So you guys proceed towards Targos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
At least that's what I'm voting for as well.
Yes. I
As
want to
you
check out this lake whale.
as you approach, the light has been getting brighter. It's almost approaching noon now. So you're able to make out some of the details. You actually can see without, as in dim light, but you can still see. And as you approach the walls, you make out that the sheer size of these walls have given you some kind of respite from the wind, so that your visibility is quite a bit better. Let me tell you what you see.
Ooh.
Targos, like Bryn Shander, is also enclosed by a wooden wall. Although, this town, being built on a lake, the wall extends outward into the lake, forming a protective harbor. Those of you from 10 Towns know that Targos, while many of all but Bryn Shander are on lakes and all rely on fishing to supplement their food and income, Targos is a city built on the fishing trade. The largest fishing fleets and boats are all out of Targos, and the vast majority of their income and food come from the harvesting of the fish from Mardoldan, the lake. While not quite as high as the walls around Bryn Shander, nonetheless, these 25-foot tall walls are very formidable, and a very large set of gates with a portcullis stands closed currently. The gates are open, but the portcullis is down, and you see a group of 4 or 5 what you will assume to be some kind of guardsmen or militia standing out front. As you approach, you see a few people pass through a small sally port door on the side of the portcullis into the interior. So as you walk up, one of the guards walks forward towards you, kind of brandishing a spear and looking
Does
at
it look
you.
like mine?
State your business here.
Refuge from the cold.
Well,
We've come.
It is.
Yeah.
We've come.
It is that.
Sorry, I think we're getting some audio lag or something.
Yeah, I didn't hear you. Did anybody
said-
else hear him?
As you walked up, he says, "State your business."
I asked
Seeking
if he has
refuge
the same
cold.
speed. Oh.
Go ahead. Go ahead, ask.
Does he have the same sort of spear as I have?
In as much as that it's a spear,
Okay.
yes. Is it, it doesn't look to be the same make or anything like that.
Okay.
It appears to be just a simple spearhead with a kind of a barbed end at a barbed thing at the end, that could be used for defense, but it also could be used for hunting.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk up to the guard. I'm like, hello there, Mr. Guard. I am Hedrick. I'm actually here to offer services to the town. I am here to be I am a scribe. I am looking to hopefully gain some work here. I have other business in the area for my guild, and I would like to entrance into the town so I may offer my services to the town. Would that be okay, sir? What is your name?
My name is Patron, but that sounds all well and good. Just pay the 5 copper entry fee, and I'll be happy to let you in.
5 copper? Let's see if I've got that here. I don't know where any of my stuff is.
Yeah,
Dead center at the bottom.
you
is
have
the
it.
little-
You have it. Mark
Yeah.
it later, just to keep it moving.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sure. 5 copper. Nothing. Here you go, sir. 5 copper.
He kind of ushers you and the other guards there, kind of shove you and push you through through the sally port doorway into the interior of the town.
Is that for all of us? That's what I say to the guard. 5 copper per person?
If you're quick about it.
All right.
Otherwise, it could be more.
In we go.
Let's pull out the coinage that we got from Albion and pay for the rest of us from that.
So we got 7 silver. So
Yeah, I'll mark it off.
yeah.
I thank the guards for their duty and lead my razor beak in. My axe beak, I'm sorry.
25 to 1. So there. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 5 of us. It's 25. So that's 1 silver. I hand him a silver.
Oh, good. Where can we kennel the dogs? Whereabouts? Which way to the kennel to put the dogs?
As you guys hand over your money, they say to you specifically, the kennels and the stables are just inside the gate. You'll need to make provisions with them to stable your beasts. And he makes a signal, and the porticas start to rise up.
You're a fine guard, sir. Fine guard.
In we go.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you. So
as you
on,
enter in,
Nessa.
This is the gate that you
Ooh.
have come into.
Oh, we are quite on the lake. I see.
yeah.
Walking in, you see some activity on the street. There are people moving about in the town. You're fairly sure that the fact that the sun is up, the closest it ever gets to the sun being up, might have something to do with the fact that people are out and about moving. Just to the left, you see a courtyard and a large building that the guards indicated as a stable.
Splendid.
You see a couple figures moving about. All of them are very heavily cloaked and bundled up, and it's very difficult to make out any details about them.
Okay. So I'll walk up to the stable looking for the guy who might be in charge or somebody to...
Yep, and
Talk
kind
to.
of a burly kind of individual walks up. He's actually got a fur-lined hood up with goggles covering his eyes, and a scarf around his mouth. But he looks you up and down, and you're a big one, aren't you?
Yeah. I get off the mount and I say, do you have room for 5 plus our dogs?
Yeah, we can feed and put your pups in with the others, and we can handle them axe beaks. How long you staying?
Right now, unsure. Put us down for a day at the moment, if you could.
It'll be there's 2 silver a day for the axe beaks, and we'll say another silver for the dogs. We'll give them some good feed.
I will pull out 3 silver, and I pet mine affectionately behind the ears, and I give him a 5 copper, and I say, give this one some treats. It's had to bear my weight.
Nice.
Well,
I took the 2 silver from the party pouch that we had. I've got it in the notes that I
okay.
shared with you guys. So, but you can give them copper extra if you want for yours.
Thank you. Yeah.
So it's total of 3 silver for the 2 for the birds and 1 for the
Yeah.
dogs.
Yeah. And Mickey, I don't have any copper on me, so I'm just gonna give him a silver for the extra as a tip. We could call it whatever. So.
Wow. All right. Well, here, and he hands you a little chit. It's a piece of bone with a kind of a ruin scratched on it.
A receipt.
Bring these back, and that way we know which ones are yours.
Thank you, sir. I tuck that away. I pet my beak one last time, and I look at the party. Where to?
Well, we're heading to the lake.
Well, are we just going to go right to the lake and jump in, or are we going to...
I just want to check it out.
Let's find
they-
out.
What's
They
the
must have
What's going on?
Ask, wow.
I would think you'd probably want
One at a time.
you might to set up a place to shack up for until tomorrow and rest up. I would think that would probably be your number 1 priority. I don't know why you'd want to go towards the icy lake. That seems great.
the inn first, and then we see if we can get a Fudgy the Lake tour boat.
Fine.
For her.
Fine.
I'm gonna just take a step back and remind everybody, because I think you've got either your notes wrong or whatnot. But the story that you heard about a lake creature was not in Targos.
It was in Bremen. You're right. Oh my god, I completely remembered that wrong. Damn it. I should have looked again.
But you do know something about Targos.
Yes, Targos is where somebody was killed, but we don't know nothing about that person. That was one of the ice dagger murders.
Yep, our caravan, the merchant who we are potentially following. Let's see, what do I have written down?
It's a girl, and it's Torga Icewind.
Yes.
Y'all, I made these notes. You can
Yep.
look at them. I shared them with you.
I don't have it
Hey,
in front.
look. Print it up. I meant to add to it, so.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't mean to over listen or eavesdropping and dropping some eaves and those type of things, but if you're looking there for a place to stay, well, there's the Luskin Arms. Probably is your best bet.
Luskin Arms.
If you're just looking for a bowl of stew and a cup of grog, that'd be over at the Three Flags Sailing.
No, we're probably looking for somewhere to stay. So thank you very much. And what was your name?
Chet.
Chet. Thank you, Chet.
So Chet recommends the Luskin Arms.
All right.
Well, it's just about the only place that really is letting out any rooms. If you, not a big tourist time these days.
Was it ever? I'm from around here. I don't remember tourists ever coming up here.
You're not a very likable sort, are you?
Me?
I tossed the guy a silver.
Well, again, I appreciate you guys letting me travel with you up here. I am going to head to the inn. I might see you there. Sure, I will. I'm gonna go.
I look over to the rest of the group and I go, he's a strange fellow, but we probably could use a mage.
I agree.
I don't know if he's any good, but Mom always told me you can trust him or you not trust him, but they're always good and useful in certain circumstances.
It's a
Let's
very
just hope he
general
does something that
statement.
burst out of his chest. Yeah, Mom wasn't very wise, but she was really good at raising me. You know, she was eaten by a Yeti. Hey, Henrik.
Fake news.
It's actually
Henrik,
not. Henrik. Henrik. Is that your name? Heinrich? What's your name?
Hendrik.
Henrik.
We're
Henrik,
going with you.
I can barely hear you over this wind. Let me come back.
If you're a practitioner in the arcane arts and your guild doesn't have any issue with it, maybe you can travel with us. We could use somebody who can do the things that I guess you can do.
I can do many things. Many.
Can we talk about this over grog? Because I know when Zara's freezing her little feetsies off. So let's move.
To the end.
Like I said, I do have business to attend to, but it's not going to take all of my time. And, you know, a little excitement might do me well.
I start walking ahead. I'm just going to go find the inn.
We'll see you at the end.
Yeah.
Right. I will see you there. And I'm not going to go directly to the end. I'm going to kind of wander. I'm going to find it and then kind of wander around and look and see if I can find any like homeless. Anybody that looks like they're homeless or anything like that.
No, we got a murderer on our hands. What are you taking care of the homeless people here? That's Joe kidding around, not Dodvin.
He doesn't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
I will wait for you temporarily, but I will see you at the end.
We're already gone.
Yeah. I marched off.
You know, the North
Beer. It's
So-
cold and I want out of the cold.
Yep. We need to drink for our fallen compatriot.
Let me.
Yeah.
Okay, so Henrik, how are you going about looking for these homeless people? Are you just walking around looking? Are you asking people? Or
He's the murderer.
I'm looking through the streets. If I find them, I'm going to ask if there's any place that the homeless might shelter.
okay, so what we're gonna do? I want you to do a charisma-based investigation check.
Okay.
So roll Are you proficient in investigation? All right,
Yes.
you are. So roll just a charisma roll plus 6. So just type
Well, it'd be
click
plus
click
4 'cause
on
my
click on
charisma is 2.
charisma above then above your negative there. Click on the word charisma.
Oh, there's where it says saving throws. God damn it.
All right, and then add. Wow, you lucky bastard. And then adding 6. So, in case you guys haven't noticed, John's been playing his character fantastically because his character has a charisma of 6.
Well played, then, sir. Well played.
So, just so that's why him actually getting a 19 on his charisma-based investigation is insane. So, utilizing the fact that you're annoying the crap out of people every time you talk to them, you kind of sense that you are, but you use it to your advantage so they can get away from you quicker. They start pointing you in directions, and they send you to an area down near the warehouses that are sort of just beyond the area where the Luskin Arms is. Close to the lake, where some of them, not abandoned, but rarely used due to the current situation, warehouses. Some individuals have been known to use them to kind of squat in to avoid blizzards and freezing to death and whatnot.
Okay. And then anybody that looks like they might be homeless on the street, I'm going to try to talk to them as well.
Okay. Well, being that it's, you know, 10 towns and in the middle of this never-ending winter, there's not a whole lot of homeless folks who are alive.
Well, no, but I know the person I'm looking for might
Yep.
not be in there. So,
You ask around looking for somebody specific, describing this person that you're looking for, and they kind of send as you're moving around. They confirm to check this area over by the warehouses at the edge of the lake. The rest of you proceeding towards the Luskin Arms. It takes you about a half an hour with asking some directions. People are they're not unfriendly per se, but they seem to be a little bit more gruff than the people in Bryn Shander were when you start to talk to them. Some of them you asked for directions to the Luskin Arms, and they just kind of grunted at you and kept on going. Others just kind of, yeah, it's over. What was that? Just kind of directed you that way and went on. You notice a bit more suspicious looks given towards you. But about a half hour or so, you get told that it's down near one of the larger docks, facing the lake. Right here.
We were going to the lake anyway.
He wanted the good seats on the Fudgy tour, so that's what he's doing.
So you're told that this area right here. As you guys get closer and come into view of the lake, you get a bit of a surprise to you. The water that would be within the confines of the wall of this man-built harbor here has completely frozen solid. You see several of the larger fishing vessels have been kind of frozen in place. But you do see that there has been a area at the mouth of the water gate that has been kept free of solid ice, and it looks to be that fishermen are dragging their boats to and from the docks all the way out to the water. So the fishing trade is still continuing and getting done, but you can see that it's a lot harder now. And the people of Targos are, through the force of will and the strength of their backs, continuing to fish the lake.
Commendable.
Indeed. Hardy folk live up here in 10 Towns.
Aye.
Although, never met such a scrawny bit as the mage we just met from 10 Towns.
There have to be runs to the litter.
Tourists like him don't usually make it out here. We're gonna need to help him a little bit, otherwise he's gonna wind up like our friend.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're heading into the inn, and yes, very much getting warm, getting some beverages.
So you guys make your way, and it becomes pretty clear. Occasionally, someone goes into this one larger building, and light and sound, and the sound of a little bit of music and general crowd noise that you're not quite is not in plentiful supply anywhere. Begin to come out, and you're able to track down the front of it. You see a sign swinging in the wind. It is old. The paint is faded, and the gilt lid has been mostly chipped off. But you see what appears to be a large shield bearing on it a relief carved of a sailing vessel, and underneath, carved into it, the words "the Luskin Arms."
All right.
I push open the doors and allow my compatriots to walk in.
Indeed. We're gonna walk in all like.
As you go to push open the door, you feel something banging against your legs as Windsor streams in, pushes in, and nearly disappears as she zigzags into the crowd.
Okay. Well, after you, and we'll follow her. And I will sit with
Indeed.
my back against the wall if I can.
All right. Actually, this is a good place that let's take a break here. John, don't go anywhere. Since you're away from the group, we'll resolve yours. I'll pull you into a different channel.
We got 10 minutes?
Yep.
Got it. Cool.
Okay, so you are directed to these warehouse type buildings. Part of the walls are just pillars, and part of it is enclosed. And you can see inside there have been kind of shack, lean-to almost type structures have been built in against the walls. And there are small little oil lamps illuminating and giving off scant heat to a few individuals who have tried to make some kind of shelter best they could in this area.
All right. Now, do I know if the contact's name is that's the name they're going by, Beldora, or if that's their name and they might be going by an alias?
No, that would be the name that you were given to by the Harpers to use. You
Because that's the one. That's the one to use to look for. Okay.
Yeah, you would have no idea what her actual,
Okay.
real name.
That's what I wanted to make. I wanted to make sure I wasn't trying to.
That's her
the actual name.
Right. That's her cover name. Right.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I was making sure that was the cover name. Okay. You said there's a few people in here.
There are, and you take a few minutes, and I would say you're using her, asking for her specifically, and you're kind of you're directed over to a little kind of one of these shanty kind of shacks, and you can see light coming through the cracks of the wood that's been kind of hastily put together. Them, it would be pretty brutal with the wind kind of going through there.
Yeah. All right. So I guess I'll make my way back. Try to is there just how many women are in that area?
Well, it's hard to say because they're all bundled up so much.
Yeah.
But you kind of, you're directed to this one shack. I mean, you can knock on the door and
Yeah.
Yeah. Who bothers an old woman?
Just I'm here to possibly help in any way I possibly can. I'm looking for Beldora.
And does the person who looks hear something upon the wind?
And upon the wind?
What type of music would you hear upon the wind should you listen?
Oh, I would love to hear a harp. That would be great.
Uh,
Harps are my favorite instrument. They truly are.
the door kind of opens and you can see her. She kind of reaches out and grabs you and pulls you in forcefully. You're powerless with your feeble strength to stop. You come flying in, and she slams the door.
Sixth strength.
You do notice, however, that while it looked feeble from the outside, the back of this door and the surrounding area around it are quite well reinforced. And she drops a kind of an angular plank or two into place that would be pretty difficult to force open, at least rather quickly, into place. So, I've not seen you before.
No, I was sent up here to aid in any way I can.
Well, I don't
My
have...
name is Hendrik.
Hendrik, well met. You can call me Beldora.
All right, Beldora. Well, it's very nice to meet you.
Well, what do you know about the current climate?
It's cold.
The political climate.
I know. I honestly, I do not know. They don't tell me anything. They just they pointed me in a direction, back up to this frozen tundra of a place that I was once called home many years ago. I don't not quite fond of this place, but I'm here.
Well, I've relocated from Brimshander over to Targos here. I'm tracking down troubling rumors that I had heard about the Speaker Nazareth Maxadarn. He's
Speaker
from
what?
Luskin, you know. And most Luskins now are always worth keeping an eye on, in my experience. But this one came in with splashing money around and, frankly, just not doing anything overly suspicious. Nothing that I would have thought to be troubling. A few years back, got to be quite popular. He made a nice reputation for himself. But, I'd say 3 years back now, just before this eternal night started, he took over. The speaker at the time stepped down, retired, just didn't feel like doing it anymore, so they say. I have no reason to believe that it was other the case, but throwing some parties, making some promises, and splashing a bunch of gold around, lo and behold, the newcomer suddenly became the new speaker of Targos. And since then, from what I've heard and why I'm here, he has increasingly, shall we say, become more forceful with his rule. He has utter control over the militia and has begun to very much take the town by the reins, very firm reins. I suspect that there might be some plan in place that goes beyond the walls of Targos.
As in, like, maybe somebody may be trying to take over all of the 10 towns, maybe?
Well, for what good it would do them, that
I
might
don't
be a
know
bit
what.
of a grandiose plan, but
I know I wouldn't want them. What was it? What was the speaker's name again?
let me make sure I say it correctly. Narth Mexildanar.
Narth.
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 Naerth.
Okay. Mexildana.
Mexildanar.
Okay. right. So we're to so we're to try to see, just try to maybe dig a little more and see if we can find anything else then.
Well, certainly anything that you can ferret out would be of interest. But you know how these things go. Any information is valuable about anything.
Yes, definitely.
Certainly, finding a way to break the Frostmaiden's hold upon this area would be valuable as well.
Nice. All right. Well, is this where you're going to be holed up for some time now?
For the time being, while I look into the things that are going on here, I am also often into the three flag sailing. I find it is a good spot for rumor and to get a pulse of the town.
Three flag sailing?
It is a tavern, yes.
Yeah. Okay. I will definitely check that place out.
You can find me there or find me in this area if you're not moving throughout the city.
Grand. I do. I will be talking to you again, obviously. Once I find more information.
Excellent. I look forward to working with you. Do try not to get yourself killed.
I will try. I will try. Oh, but I shall see you again. Good day.
Good day.
Then I'll slip out and head back up to the tavern. Not tavern, the inn.
Okay.
So a night place to sleep tonight.
Okay, cool. Back in a minute because you guys are already in there. So.
Yep.
All right. So, walking into the Luskin Arms, a few things become apparent right away. You walk into a very, very well lit space. There are lanterns burning whale oil spaced regularly throughout on the walls, on pillars. What you see is nothing short of a lavish display of wealth, of light. This is something that you're not quite used to. There is even a small fire being in a hearth along one wall. And knowing that the distance from any of the wooded areas, that there's is probably also a great expense. The decor matches the name. The Luskin Arms carries with it a great age, having been built very long ago. Those of you from this side of 10 Towns especially know that the residents of Targos like to say that the Luskin Arms was built when the Bryn Shander was just the camp on the hill. It was settled by Luskin, shall we say, gentlemen of fortune, looking to make an established place here in the Arctic. And as such, the decor and the trappings are quite well done. They are of a nautical ship kind of motif with heavy carvings into the wood. That is all very aged now. Very dark wood, built up with years of soot and smoke. It's almost a near black sheen to it, but still quite beautiful. However, the floor, as you walk in, creaks terribly. You notice that it's rotting in places, and is quite in a bit of disrepair. You all can feel the chill of drafts blowing up through gaps in the floorboards coming from below, and there's a decidedly uneasy give to it as you walk in and look for a table. The other thing that you make note of immediately are the patrons. Looking about, every one that you can see at first glance seems to be a fighting man. These appear to be members of the militia or the guard. These are not fishermen. These are not people who do anything other than swing a sword. And it's pretty clear, not only from the armor that they wear and the swords and weapons at their hips, but just the way that they carry themselves, even hunched over their cups or carousing or throwing dice. So,
All right.
Talk to me,
Well,
kids.
Yeah, I'm looking for
go up to
Luxaria.
the go up to the barkeep and tell him, I'd like to get around and maybe some food. And do you have any rooms available for the evening?
Yeah, you go up. There's kind of like a bar area with serving girls apparently going back and fixing their own drinks. You do see those perched over on a kind of a barrel slumped over. You see a human male. He's look like he's wearing buckskins. They're kind of a decent kind of quality to him, but looks a little bit unkempt, balding, mostly bald, with just a rim around the side of his head. He kind of looks up at you as you come up, look, and with a sigh, kind of drags himself up off of the barrel that he's been sitting on. Yes, how may I help you?
Well, we're looking for lodgings for the evening and meal and around for my friends.
Oh, we will be happy to supply that for you. How many rooms will you be looking for?
2 at the moment.
Yeah. I have one room in general, and then I have a slightly larger room, bit nicer, but a little bit more spendy as well. Those are the only 2 that I currently have available.
All right. What kind of coin are we talking?
Well, the standard room is 3 silver per night. The larger room is a gold. It's my last very fine room. With the speaker now taking up permanent residence, you'll be in the room just next to him, as a matter of fact. But he takes up
Sounds like
my
a
largest
fair bargain.
rooms for him and his retinue.
I'll gladly contribute for the larger room.
Yeah, the guys get the larger room. The boys get the larger room, that's for sure. Yes, so I will give her, or is this a girl? No, it's a man.
No,
She's
but
got a girly voice.
the way things are going, I'm not surprised you would not even know if I was male or female. What's the point?
I'll
I
give
will.
I'll give
I
the
got it.
gold. Oh, you got it? Okay.
Yeah, because I've got our party gold right here
Okay.
from our fallen comrade, and how much to go ahead and get what are the best meals that you serve? Is it more fish? I do love fish.
We do have a fish stew, always.
Hmm.
There may be Something else. You'll have to ask the serving girls. I truly, I don't get involved anymore. It's just too much. I don't see the point.
I put out my hand and I say, I'm sorry for your troubles. If there's anything that you maybe want to pray.
Well, I don't want to say anything about anything. Thank you, though.
All right. Well, may Lathander's light fall on you. And I say thank you for the rooms, and I put the money on the...
Listen, young lady. You seem to be a nice enough gal. I'd keep that Lathander shit to yourself, however. At least around here.
Why, Protel?
He kind of... it's just not very in fashion, if you understand what I'm saying. Don't give him a reason.
Don't give who a reason.
Yeah.
Anyway, please, I'll go see what else we have besides stew. Thank you. Very good. Welcome to the Luskin Arms. Thank you.
All right. So I'm going to come back looking kind of dazed and confused to the table.
Oh, so we weren't there, so I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've got us some rooms,
Splendid.
and they're sending some fish stew, but I think we have to order drinks from the serving girls. But the weirdest thing just happened. Apparently, they don't like Lathander here, and
Well, you do kind of lay it on a little thick sometimes. Oh wait, something else? Oh, it's not that. Okay.
Well,
I never lay anything on thick. I'm only trying to bring light back to this dim and miserable world.
I kind of put my finger down on the table and I say, current times, other things are trendy. You and I will always have a job. Other things are trendy at the moment.
Indeed. Definitely seemed the manager or whatever he was seemed a bit sad and definitely concerned of the people within here. This seems to be a rough lot in here as well, so we definitely should keep our voices down, I think.
Anyway, I'm looking for a serving girl. I'd like to order drinks. I'm not saying anything more about this topic.
Yeah, you get plenty of... you get serving girls coming over.
Miss, I'd like to buy a round for my friends, please.
Yeah, so you know she brings over everybody with their drinks. We'll make it a silver round for the table.
I've got that.
With food, 3 silver.
I'll pay that and tip.
Very good.
So we drank him.
Yep. To our fallen friend, may he have may he I have to say this appropriately. May he go in peace.
Well, he kind of went in pieces.
Hey.
Skull.
Pay
And she
respect to the
and
fallen.
she starts chugging this mug that's half the size of her.
I've never seen anything like that in my life. Some bursting out of the chest.
Yeah, I was right there. It took me quite by surprise. Nothing, like you said, nothing like I've ever seen in my life. Terrible. Horrible way to go.
Where could he have contracted that?
Frogs, right? He got infested when he was fighting frogs before he met us or something?
You think it was before he met us?
I mean, it must have been.
I don't remember fighting any frogs. I remember the goblins and...
Maybe that's just what he was into.
He was a druid.
Not
you
for
never
me to
know with those
judge.
nature folks.
To each their own. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not judging.
I'm judging.
Hey, man. You should see the shit goblins get into. I think at this point, Henrik, and you enter.
All right. Awesome.
I'll just do this. I'll put my hand up if he's looking for us.
Right now, I'm sauntering up to the bar. Look around a little bit. Hey!
Oh,
Keep
here he
sauntering to the
comes.
bar. I'm still sauntering to the bar.
So, Thea, you kind of, with your ridiculous passive perception, realize that you've been getting a lot of scrutiny. And by you, I mean the table, not you personally. Subtle, but you're being kind of, it's not, and once you notice a few of these tables kind of making, kind of watching you on the sly, you realize that just about everybody in this room is kind of keeping an eye on your party, being that you kind of stand out amongst the crowd.
Right.
There's nothing hostile about it, just more you're being appraised.
Correct. I just go about. I take note of it in my brains, and then I just continue on our conversation, and maybe lean over a little bit to Filbert. I'm like, very casually lean in, like, "Oh, Albion, we miss you, buddy," and then kind of whisper, like, "We're definitely getting checked out."
I'll keep my eyes and ears open.
Give me a perception then.
Me? Oh,
No.
no. Huh?
No, Filbert, who's keeping his eyes and ears open.
Okay, sorry.
So 16.
16 is good.
Yeah.
Hang on, I need to. You kind of can overhear one of the tables closer to you. They're trying to keep their voice down, Filbert. But you kind of have a kind of a trick that you know about, that you always do, where you kind of lean back and almost pretend that you're half asleep with your hood up, but meanwhile can focus in and listen. And you hear him talking about Care Dinaval. And they're speaking and they're talking about the fact that no one has seen the town speaker for a long time. They're saying that one of these individuals at the table, you hear say that he says that his brother-in-law is a local there, and he says that Speaker Crannock, he's fallen ill, but there's some kind of sinister shit going on. They've seen some people, some things or something moving in and out of that castle at odd hours. You mean your brother-in-law who drinks from the time he wakes up till he passes out? That brother-in-law. Well, I'm just saying that's what he says. Uh-huh. And I'm just saying that your brother-in-law's a fucking drunk. And you should stop telling tales. Huh? He's been right before.
All right, I'll take out my journal and kind of flip towards the back of it, and I'll jot down a couple bullet point notes about what I just overheard.
Okay.
And just kind of wait a couple minutes and then turn the journal 180 degrees so everybody sitting at the table can kind of see it.
Clever.
So, Roanoke, I did want to say we've been so busy, but I know you mentioned that your mother was killed by a Yeti, and I just want to say, as someone else whose parents were also killed, and my mother, I definitely understand, and I hope that I never came across as uncaring. It's just been one thing after another, you know.
Well, that was very nice of you to say.
It's terrible. It's so sad. Excuse me.
Losing one's parents is always awful. My sympathies to you.
My mother killed my father.
Oh,
My-
wow.
My father killed my mother. Let's drink to that.
My parents are both alive.
Well, aren't you the rare one in these times?
Southerners having parents still alive. What are we drinking to? We're supposed to be drinking to Albion.
Of course.
I raise my glass and say, to Albion!
To Albion.
To Fabio.
Yeah.
I never hugged him.
Bar yet?
I never had to hug him.
Would I have made it up to the bar yet?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We see you. We kind of wave you over.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going up to the barkeep, but okay.
Well, there's not really any barkeeps. There's just serving girls who move back in and around and
Okay.
grab their
Then
stuff.
I'd come over. I'd sit down. Well, hello! Nice to see y'all again.
Mm-hmm.
Have a seat, sir.
Oh, I already did.
Henrik. Oh, splendid.
Thank you.
Kind of pull my hood a little bit more over my head, and dip my head down a little bit.
That's my resting state.
Wait, you gotta snap.
No. Dodman is like, oh God.
One of the serving boys comes over. There's boys and girls, but one of the serving lads comes over. Yeah.
Hey there, lad. What you guys got to drink in here? You have anything not so horrible?
You want the same as them?
Just let's have another round, good sir. I'll gladly pay for what.
With his
Gladly buy a
meal,
round.
that'll be a silver and a half.
I
Done.
got it.
Okay.
I
you
got it.
then.
Got it.
Ah, thank you.
He didn't even wait for the thanks. He was already moving as soon as the money was in his hand. It's almost like he's done this before. So,
how was your business there? Did you get your mysterious guild stuff taken
Well,
care of?
I made contact with somebody here that we're trying to set up some business, so that way we can get word to the dwarves and hopefully get some materials going. It's gonna be a little bit before we can get set up, but I'm hopeful.
Splendid. So are you?
Albion!
Albion!
Oh, was that your druid friend?
Yes.
Albion never
that's
let
our
me
fault.
drink very much.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't really agree
Okay,
with me, but Albion.
Elfanto! Excuse me.
I think our good friend is going to be in her cups in the morning.
Yeah. Indeed.
Not
Remember,
with,
remember.
not with a 22
Not with a save
Constitution
like that.
save. I'll drink you out of the table, big boy.
Someone else in the party said something along those lines to me and turned out to be wrong.
That sounded like a challenge.
Somebody has to say sober tonight. Unfortunately, it might be me.
Oh, it's the wrong night for that.
Yeah.
We're celebrating Albion.
Oh,
I'm drinking along, you know.
Oh, you're lightweight. That little goblin can drink twice as much as you and last twice as long. I'm betting. as my elbow kind of just like slips off the edge of the table and I catch myself.
While you guys are carousing, the small little man that you had spoke to about rooms, Thea, comes over. Yes, well, hello again. Yes, I've seen to the rooms; they are all set. The one is on the second floor. All the way at the end of the hall to the right. Here's the key for that. The other, the larger room, is on the third floor, the top floor. There's only 3 rooms up there. Yours is on the far left, not the one in the center. Don't bother the one in the center. That is the speaker's residence. And his personal guard is in the has taken up residence to the right. You are on the left. And,
Okay.
And here is the key for that.
Very good.
I take the key. Thank you, sir.
yeah. See, I got you the bigger room this time.
And I appreciate that. I really do.
I mean, I don't know what the bed situation is, but I suppose you boys can figure it out.
I won't have 3 people sleeping on top of me to stay warm this time.
Enjoy your stay.
I sleep on the floor.
And he kind of slugs off and perches back up on the his improvised stool of a barrel and kind of just slumps.
So
He looks so sad.
Because this place sucks. It's so fucking cold up here.
Only to you Southerners.
There's no goddamn sun.
That's true.
How the hell are you supposed to be happy?
Knowing that the speaker and his men are here, I'm gonna actively, as nonchalantly as possible, try to count out and keep an eye on any of the guard and everything, and try to get a read of their demeanor and all that.
Give me a I would say give me an investigation.
that's Joe giggling. That is not Donovan.
There it is.
Oh, nice.
I'm smart. I got a high investigation.
You take a few minutes to do it nonchalantly while you're drinking out of your large mug there and waiting for your stew to arrive. But you count out there are 23 individuals in this room other than your group, all of which could easily be militia or men-at-arms.
We can take them.
To him.
And would did any of them have any kind of like discerning marks or anything that?
From where you're sitting, it's not easy to see. You don't see anything that appears to be necessarily any kind of like tattoo or common elements on any of them, other than the fact that they all seem to have purple. Some are wearing like it as a sash. Some of them seem to have it tied around their neck as a cravat. But it all seems to be the same type of long purple fabric that they're wearing some way on their body.
No.
So, Henrik, we were all sharing a little bit about ourselves.
Oh, okay.
I had not gotten to the point of admitting to our friends who seem to like stories about their mothers that I never actually had a conversation with my mother. My mother died protecting me from the elements.
That is a sad story. Sad, my friend.
So, where are you from, good sir?
As I said, I am from the 10 towns here. I'm from the town of Tourmaline. It's not
I know
that
where
far
it is.
from here.
I am there from there too.
Oh, that's where I was born. I left there about 10 years ago. A little over 10 years ago. 10 years ago. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't. Like, I did not want to fish for the rest of my life. It just was not what I wanted to do. My dad, he's a fisherman. The knucklehead trout man for life. That's what he does. I couldn't. I know, especially since there was one night there was a small group of people that come through town. There wasn't goblins, and like that, I saw this guy. I now know what he was doing, but he had hands of fire, and it was a spell. The spell that I can do as well. It's actually quite a great spell. It's an evocation spell. It comes out. It burns everything in front of you. He just fried all of them, and I was like, you know what? That's what I want to do. And I took off for the hills. I went south, and I was like, I made it my mission to be like that guy. And I think I'm doing right by it. I think.
Fair. Fishing isn't for everybody. So I commend you for your choice.
No. Now, my parents were not happy. They were not happy. I would daydream for days on end of being a wizard. I would jump out and go to my parents, and they would smack me in the head and tell me to get in the boat. But it wasn't great. It was good. It was not good.
Are they alive?
It was better for both of us.
A
Are they alive?
pot of stew just got dropped in front of you, Hendrik.
I haven't seen them since I left. I don't think they cared if I ever came back. And to be honest with you, they didn't seem to like me. I don't know why. That was a good kid, I think. Except I didn't want to fish.
I'm digging into my stew. Or
And
soup, whatever it is.
while you were ranting, Hendrik, a pot of stew was put in front of you as well.
Oh, stew! Yay! Can I get another drink?
While that's happened, I blubber into my drink and I'm like, but they're still alive. They didn't get eaten by a Yeti.
Well, at least your mother was killed by a Yeti and not by your own father.
Wow!
To
This
not,
got
being,
heavy quick!
to not being eaten by your own father. And I don't.
Huzzah!
Yeah!
Does that make sense?
My father was killed by a mountain lion.
I was raised by the
That's a
ragged.
more normal way to die, I guess.
I was raised by the ragged wolf tribe. They raised me. They're very harsh.
I am sorry to hear that. That's not. Doesn't sound like a fun childhood at all.
No, it was awesome. I got to hang out on the ice.
Oh, okay.
All you city folk, you don't know what it's like to be out on the tundra.
I mean, I remember the tundra. I didn't like it. That's why I left.
All you sleeping in nice warm beds by fires. This is royalty. What were these structures that were came here to trade.
I had to work hard to get into a nice bed. The streets of Neverwinter are not a nice place. They're just not. It's since the city fell, it's quite a darker place there these days.
We really should. I'm like wavering in my chair and about to down the rest of this drink, and I'm like, we really should just kind of take turns telling our stories.
Oh, who wants to talk?
Finish it.
I am riveted. I want to hear all about you guys. You guys seem so interesting.
I get up and I go. I walk to the privy.
Mickey, since I am drinking, but I'm not drinking as much as some of my compatriots. I'm curious if the mood in the room is shifting a little hostilely towards us because we are the loud table.
Roll perception.
Not my best skill, but let's see. Awesome.
You
What is
don't
that,
seem,
9?
you don't seem any kind of changes going on with anybody. You don't feel any more scrutiny or hostility at all towards you. I mean,
Wow.
It's a public room.
Yeah.
How many drinks in would you say I am by now?
Well, we've had 2 rounds.
2 rounds.
Yeah, I bought one. She bought one.
I mean, I only had 1, so I've got at least a couple more before I start acting drunk.
I was raised in the church.
No!
And, my mom, Lathander, rest her soul, was a wonderful woman. And, she told me that I had been touched by him above, and it was so true.
That does not
Inappropriate touching is a problem.
Yeah. Did he ask for consent?
For his light to shine upon me?
Bad joke.
Is that what they call it?
That's a new one.
Oh boy.
But, my father, he was jealous. He was jealous of my mother's love and Lathander's love for me. And he ended up leaving.
If I was a father, I'd be jealous if somebody was loving my daughter like that too. It's
Not
not.
like that!
Oh no!
Individuals.
They led me to believe it was. I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend.
He's a god.
Oh
Come
yeah.
on.
And
I know, but they are real. I don't know if he came and I don't know.
And I kind of tap my finger in front of you very gently on the table next to your soup bowl, and I'm like, trends, remember, you said something about trends.
Yes. Well, anyway. My father turned to darkness. And he came back and slew everyone in the town.
That's awful.
Not everyone, but many. Because he began to worship Cyric and became quite a high-level cleric of him.
That's not cool.
No.
That does not seem. Is everybody have tragic story here, I suppose? Because that is pretty sad. I don't know how I don't. I mean, I thought I had it rough with my parents just hating for not liking fishing. I mean,
Well, at least your dad never asked you to follow Cyric after killing your mother.
no, he did not. He just wanted me to fish.
My dad was
Sorry.
killed by a fish.
I thought he was.
That's Joe.
I thought he was killed by a mountain lion.
I was killed by your mother.
Yeah, the mom is what I heard earlier.
Is the mom turned into a mountain lion and a fish?
Druid mom! Druid mom!
She could polymorph because she was a wizard, wasn't she?
Druid or wizard?
Don't
Right there.
mock my pain.
I make my way back from the
Poor
party.
Bablio.
I raise my glass to Pablo.
I think it's time for me to turn in. We have lots to do tomorrow.
Okay.
But we were just growing closer to each other, compatriot.
I know we can grow. I can grow closer another time. I need to go sleep.
Okay, my friends.
You guys can stay here.
I'm assuming, Mickey, we only have one key that I'm in possession of, so I can escort him upstairs and then come back down.
I don't need your escorting.
But I need the key.
You keep your ass to yourself, big boy. I know where I'm going. Give me that key.
I need it back.
It's gonna be in the room.
Fine,
That's Dodvin sighing. That's Dodvin sighing.
you teetotaling party pooper.
I call for another round of drink. Like, cut! More drinks!
When I
have new friends! I need drinks!
Go ahead, Mitch.
when I leave, is it internal, like the stairs up, or are we leaving do we leave this this area, this tavern, and the rooms are outside somewhere?
No, it's all internal.
Okay.
It is a large 3-story building, bit of an L-shaped. The common room that you're in is like a 1-story, and then as it goes to the L, that goes up 3 stories. So there's a main stair that kind of goes up, and as you pass the first level, you see that it can go either right or to the left, as like a kind of a hallway. And then as you go ascend further to the 3rd floor, you see that floor is a little bit smaller than the other that it's built upon. And then there's a room to the right. It looks like a door to the left, and a few steps, about 10 feet in front of you, in this kind of like little 10-foot square foyer. At the end of that is a large double door. In front of you.
I want to go to the wrong floor.
I'm
So you
with
said
you.
we're on the
so
third floor?
I'm helping you get to the 3rd floor to our
Okay.
room. I walked up with you.
When we get up to the 2nd landing, I'm going to look to Dodvin with clear vision, and stop slurring my speech and say, we need to go find out what's going on with the trend. Something's not right.
I understand. You can go look around. I'm not sneaky. I'm going to go unlock our door, and then I'm going to join the party at the table, because that's what is expected of me.
Go and find a way to tell Filbert without anybody hearing. That
Understood.
we could use his skills as well. Good.
I'm gonna go upstairs, make sure the door is open for our room, and then go back downstairs. I'm not gonna disturb the speaker's door or anything like that. It was the door on the left. That's what we were told. That's the door I'm hoping my key works on.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I will return. Yeah.
There is a lantern burning in the hallway, so that you're able to see well enough, and you open the door to the room that you were assigned. It opens up, no problem. The door opens without too much of a creak, so that it's in pretty good repair. You find that from the light from the hallway spilling in, you can see that there is a lantern on a small table near the door there. It's also got a striker for you to light it. You do so, and from the light of that lamp now, you can see that it's actually a very large room. It has a very large 4-poster bed along the far wall. It has a small sitting table and 3 chairs around it in the near to the door, and you can see that there's an alcove to the left that has a smaller bed and a stool with a drape that can be pulled closed. You recognize that as probably for a manservant or any type of a body servant for a noble who might be traveling, who would keep them close by in the room.
Right.
So, very large 4-poster bed and a smaller, if you will, almost like a twin in an alcove with a drape.
Okay. I will leave the door unlocked and head back down.
Okay.
Yeah. I appreciate the detail. I do. I like it.
Excellent.
And I'm gonna restart my Discord.
Okay. Roanoke, you are on the second floor?
Yes, stumbling a little bit down the room and just, is there anybody in the hallway? I'm trying to hear also at the doors to any of these rooms. See if I can hear anything obvious.
You don't hear... Oh, give me a perception. Let's see what you hear.
Sure.
There is currently no one else in the hallway with you, though.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was waiting for you to tell me what it was. I didn't
Oh,
realize that it came
You
up.
don't see it? Oh, it's a 13.
Nope, that's cool. So, straining to listen as you kind of shamble down the hallway, you don't really hear any sound coming out of the majority. You clearly hear the sound of someone snoring. I mean, like full-on lumberjacking, and very easy to make out. Another room, you think you hear possible voices, but nothing that you can, discern whether or not what you're hearing is some, sleeping noises, somebody else snoring in there, or maybe low conversation. But nothing that you can actually hear through the door clearly.
Okay, I'll make note of what room that was, and make my way back up to our room.
It looks as if they're from the stairway. There's 5 rooms on either side of the door.
Of what door? The door that I was listening
I'm
to?
sorry, not the door, the stairway.
Gotcha.
So the stairway comes up. You can go to the right or to the left from there, and there seems to be 5 rooms on each side. And then there's another stair that comes back, then and goes back up from there, coming back, if you will, and up to the 3rd floor.
I'll make my way up to the 3rd floor. I want to just take a stumbling listen at the speaker's room as I shamble past it.
Okay. Go ahead and give it another perception.
15.
me a second. Just reread something really quickly here. So listening at this door, you get up pretty close to it, trying to hear through it, and looking at it, it's very ornate, but it also appears to be super heavy. Like the wood is like, this is like not like a normal like, in keeping door that's gonna be some boards that are kind of just tacked together. This is an ornately carved double door. And even though you get it, you think it's going to be really hard to hear anything through the door.
Got it.
The walls on either side, though, appear to be, plastered on this side.
So
when I go ahead.
would it be would that mean that it would be just to be intuitively easier to listen through the walls as opposed to the door?
You'd have to see intuitively it looks like your room probably shares wall space with the speaker's rooms. Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll make my way there and try to listen from there. But if you want to switch over to Dodvin, sounds like he wants to do something.
No, I just wanted to say when I get back to the room, I'm going to say to the table, I've put him to bed, and can I read your poem again that you wrote? I say quietly, not whispering, just like indicating to oh my God, Filbert, I'd just like to see your journal and your quill for a second.
Okay.
And then I
kind of slide it over to him.
Yeah, and I spend a moment. I'm gonna spend a minute, like pretend, reading it for a minute, trying to be casual, not put it back down. I'm like, maybe this, and I'll change a word or something on the page and say not really, and just kind of slide it back. Paladins are not known for subtlety, but I'm trying.
So all you wrote was not really?
Oh no. I pull it back. Wait. I will jot out. He's checking into. Oh my God, Joe's forgetting the term. Joe's just blanking on the term. I'm not even drinking in real life. Yes, thank you. Religious irregularities or whatever that term. What was the fucking term?
Trends.
It's not my night. Yes,
Trend.
thank you. Trends. Could not remember the damn term.
The word of the day is
Trends. That Joe could not remember. And then I'll scribble it out, be like, no, that's a bad idea. Bad idea.
Hope you're going to pay me for the ink you just wasted.
I can.
And I
Sorry, I
will.
mucked up your journal.
No.
And I will. You want another round?
If any,
No, I'm fine.
If you run out of ink, don't worry. I am a scribe. I have plenty of ink. Don't worry.
That's fine. I'll get my own.
Okay. Just offering. I'm trying to be nice here. That's all.
I appreciate your attempt at being nice. And,
Okay.
Operant word
Another
attempt.
drink.
So, Mickey, is my character able to piece together Dodvin's
cryptic.
attempt at subtlety to tell me what he wanted to tell me?
What's your intelligence?
+1.
Yeah.
Am I picking up on any of this the failed subtlety stuff?
It was written down and not pushed in your direction, so maybe
Well, I
not.
understand that, but like, Am I picking up that they're writing notes to each other?
Probably. Yeah, I would think, with your intelligence that yes.
Next session, I vote that we don't go to Wedding Taverns. I swear, we spend an hour and a half in a tavern every time. I feel like we get anywhere.
It's all how you guys are going. It's all.
Uh,
I'm letting you do whatever you want.
Okay, I'm gonna say that I want maybe about at least 2 or 3 drinks in now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'd say I got a good buzz, probably a little bit. Okay.
I would have only had about half of my second drink.
Okay.
And then I'll stand up and say, well, it's time for responsible people to go to bed. And
okay.
I'll excuse myself and start heading upstairs.
Okay. Well, I guess
I'm
have
listening.
Something that you guys might keep it quiet now.
We have a room.
Yeah, we have a room.
Oh, that might be a good idea. Yeah, that might be better. Let's do that. Let's do that. Room would be good. Good idea.
It was my idea.
Yeah. Room. Let's do it. Slam whatever I got left, and I get up. I go, where's the room?
All right, I'm gonna put down the like half silver I have left, just on the table, and then we'll head up to the rooms. Leave our. But I take the time to arrange the dishes and whatnot in a manner in which the servers can easily dispose of them.
That's very kind. I check on our bard. Is she able to walk? Does she need a carry upstairs, or is she able to navigate on her own?
She looks like she could go for a few more hours.
Okay. Is she staying? Because I'll stick around with her.
Nope. No, I'm good.
We'll go up to the big room to chat, and when Zero though, we have our own room to sleep in.
Okay.
I lead the way, take them up to our room, or the mail room.
Okay.
As you guys are going up the stairs, you see in the back your little goblin friend going, "Okay, good night," and she stops off the second floor and starts skipping down the hall.
When Zira just took the key from me, that sneaky goblin.
Well, end of the hall.
She had a 16 sleight of hand, but your passive perception's a 16, so you kind of knew she was doing it, but it was still definitely done.
Yeah. You cheeky goblin.
Very nice, very nice.
Well, I guess she's done.
I guess we make our way into the room then?
Yeah.
Okay. I know that they said that the speaker's room is right adjacent to ours. I don't know. If we talk, we must be very, very, very quiet. My partner, gave me some information about this speaker, and we must be very, very careful around. I know I just met you guys. You guys do seem like nice folk, except for, there's the hot-tempered one, but that's something else. But she's very nice. The big guy over here seems very nice. But and you guys seem like good people, so I want to.
We're not. Spit it out.
He is recently taken over from the old speaker had stepped down, kind of just out of nowhere, and this new speaker seems to be quite a piece of work. So just be careful what you do. Don't get caught doing anything you're trying to be sneaky, because it doesn't seem like he's the type of person to be lenient. So he is.
What's the new speaker's name?
His name is Nerth. Nerth? How do you pronounce it again? I think it's Nerth Maxildana.
Close. Yeah, that was pretty good. Nerth Maxildana.
What?
Nerth Maxildana.
Nerth Maxildana. He's it's been kind of a strange changing of the guard, should you say, between the two. He seems to come in to town with a lot of money behind him. Made a reputation quite quickly, and was able to slip into the speaker seat as the old speaker stepped down. So it's not. I just don't want. I don't want to see. I get just made. I don't want to see my friends get taken away into the stocks or something. So I noticed you guys were passing notes. So it's. If I noticed, I'm sure other people did too. So you need to maybe be a little less obvious in the future. But
understood. Goliath paladins aren't exactly sneaky. I was trying.
no, he's a big guy. He's a big guy. You're a big guy. You did well for you. I for someone your size and dexterity, I would think probably has trouble with being on the sly like that. But it's just
I take no offense.
So, do you know anything about this apparent hatred of Lathander here? I am very concerned.
That I do not know. But if there are nefarious bits about this new speaker, as I am starting to think there might be something more nefarious behind it.
Could it not be that?
Somewhere.
Could it not be that the Frostmaiden is just so popular here that other faiths are frowned upon, and you are considered a problem, or us, we would be a problem if we are not proper worshippers of the Frostmaiden?
Could be.
That was what I thought you were hinting at when you came back to the table. So
it's a possibility, or it could just be it could just be that, like, I'm not sure what was said, but if there was any warnings about it, might have been due to the massive almost 30 amount of the 30 guards that the speaker has in there. That if they are against,
everyone in that room was a guard.
Yeah, right. Yes. So it was not. It may be. It could also be something to do with the speaker and his new rules, because he is a very forceful ruler here right now. He does not mince words, and he does not give a light touch on any kind of misdoings in his eye.
What I'm most curious about is if there's only one inn in town, this one, the other one was just a place to eat and drink. They can't have a lot of visitors at all if they only have 2 rooms for let, 3 rooms for let tops.
I mean, you gotta remember, you're in the 10 towns. There's not a lot of visitors here ever. So
I'm from the 10 towns. I remember. I know.
Here. We all live here.
Of course, there's not a lot of visitors. This is just the 2. Nobody wants to be here. Or if they do,
Hey.
We can't leave.
No, what
Ed.
I was trying to comment on was, where is the more common man's version of this, or is this the only one in town? Like, why is this the only one in town, and why is the speaker here? Is what I was trying to get at.
What's what the big question I have is, what's the deal with the speaker? The speaker took over, came in with his thugs, his new guards, and now took over the place. Is that the issue?
Seems to be.
I mean, is this our fight? I mean, is this something we need to be concerned about? I think. What other reason are we here for?
We're here to look up
control over those guys.
We're here to
Roanoke.
look into the murder.
Roanoke,
The
where are you
Ice
from?
Dugger murder.
I'm sorry. Somebody ask a question.
Yeah, just real quickly. Where are you? What tent town are you originally from?
I'm from the Ragged Wolf Tribe.
Oh, that's right.
I'm from the
You're from the outskirts.
the tundra, the frozen tundra.
Yeah. Oh, Lambeau Field.
We've only come in here. Right? We've only come in here to trade, and for special occasions.
You're from over the wall.
That's right. I'm the true north. You're all Southerners.
Well, Hendrik's not from there. Dodvin, which one are you from again?
I'm actually from the same town as Henrik. Where's the map? I have it right here.
Maybe you know his parents.
Or Tourmaline. Okay.
Tourmaline.
Yeah, so you're the only one, being that Tourmaline is on Mare Duladon. Roll a history check for me real quick.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Core history. Oh, a 0.
You are like so non-political that you really never paid any attention to the goings-on of the machinations of politics in the towns. You do know that that Targos, is a rival of your hometown where you grew up. You guys competed for fish on the lake, but you don't know shit.
Yeah.
You don't pay attention to that kind of
I
stuff.
appreciate the option to let me roll, but wow, what a roll.
Being from Dugan's Hole, you don't get a whole lot of news. The 50 of you that live out there and the holler don't hear too much of what's going on. So yeah.
I slowly start stepping back. Are we in the big room? This is where all this conversation's going on. I slowly start kind of backpedaling towards the alcove where the drape would be. And you guys would notice me starting to pull an arrow out and knocking it in my bow, and I give you the shush symbol with my finger. And I say, I think there's footsteps coming up towards the hall, towards our door.
Oh, shit.
And I back up into the alcove and
Shield
I
and
pull
rapier
the drape
out.
shut.
Shield and rapier out.
I'm going to put my back against does the door open in or out?
In.
In? Okay, I'm going to put my back up against the wall where the door would swing in.
Is the door as heavy? Is it a heavy door as well?
Yeah, it's a pretty good sized door. It's certainly not as ornate or fancy as the big double doors to the quote unquote presidential suite, but it's definitely it's old, well made wood. It's got that heaviness that age brings and the hardness that age brings to 200-plus-year-old wood.
Then I will put my weight against the door to inhibit anyone trying to push their way in.
Okay.
Sword and shield out.
I'm gonna be on the opposite side of the door from Henrik. Henrik's on the side where if the door opens up, it's gonna smash him. I'm gonna be on the other side of that. Is that the way it would work? Am I accurate with that? Henrik, you were on the side where if it opened up, it would open up
Yeah.
towards you, right?
Yep, it would open up towards
Okay.
me.
I'm going to be on the opposite
Wait.
side.
Okay.
Cool.
It blocks the vision of me. So
Cool.
Mickey, just when I pull the drape shut, I kind of want to leave like an inch
Right. Yeah, I figured.
open just so I can kind of peer through a little bit and
Absolutely.
just kind of keep myself tucked away back there.
Okay. Thea, are you doing anything? You sitting at the table still, just kind of chilling?
No.
You got a bit of a buzz going.
Yeah, I know. But I'm gonna go, May Lysander bless us all. I'm gonna cast Bless.
Yay.
All right.
Alright. So,
On what 3?
I'm going to bless Dodvin. Well, I don't see Filbert, right? Because he went behind a curtain.
You can. I mean, you saw him go behind there, and he's got the thing
All
cracked
right.
open.
Well, I got. Sorry, Henrik, or I don't really know you that well yet. So,
Sorry, I cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay.
so I'm gonna.
Well, no,
do
you've already
Filbert for
cast
Wicked
that
Dodvin.
before. You still have mage armor up.
Oh,
Yeah.
It lasts 8 hours. So
Yeah,
I
it has
wasn't
not
sure
been
if it
8
was-
hours yet.
It hasn't been. Okay, then
Alright.
fine. I still have it up then.
No, it's only been about 4.5 hours.
Thea, you could
Okay.
you could include yourself instead of one of us if you want. In the
True.
bless. You're a combatant all as well.
It's all right.
Okay,
I got you guys.
you do.
Thank you.
Okay. So you all just kind of now gone quiet,
Now we're-
waiting.
I'm waiting. So I want to listen
Okay.
really intently.
Go ahead and roll. Actually, everyone can go ahead and roll a perception.
That is a 21 for me.
8 for me.
15 for Filbert.
A dirty 20 for me.
Which is funny because that's what your passive is, Filbert. So
Uh,
Yeah.
you're consistent, which is why you could hear them coming up the stairs. So, Filbert, you kind of hear Henrik. You hear the sound of your heart beating loudly.
All right.
And as well as Donovan, yours is where Henrik is a little bit more fear. Yours is the thrill of battle, looking forward to it. But both of you are focused on it and internal monologue, if you will.
Yep.
Come in.
Filbert, now that you're focused on it, you hear these heavy booted feet coming up these stairs. It's definitely several pairs of boots. Purposeful, and you can hear them kind of milling around out in that foyer area.
Let them come. There's still a dwarf in Moria that draws breath.
Thea and Roanoke, kind of listening closely, you could hear kind of quick, the movement of the people, but you also kind of hear a muffled, "All clear, clear," and then you hear another voice. Another kind of set of footfalls moving up from down up the stairs, and you hear the sounds of a door opening and slamming shut as well.
Speaker is home. Speaker is home.
yeah, it could be that they're just preparing for the speaker.
That was the Secret Service.
Yeah, that's what I whispered. Speaker is home. Yeah. Inner dialogue. Sorry. Beverage.
So I swing the drape back open.
Good drill.
I just step out. I don't know what the hell you guys were so worried about.
Filbert, can you, with your extra strong ears, you hear what's going on next door? I tried, but the wall was too thick. I'm thinking maybe you might be able to do better.
Yeah, I would like to kind of examine the wall and see if I get an idea of whether or not you could really listen through it or not.
Yeah, you don't even need to roll for that. You can clearly see that where the walls that were in the hallway were covered with plaster, all within the hall. Here, it's just wooden paneling
Okay.
for the interior walls between rooms. You get a pretty. You think that it would probably be a little bit easier to listen through these walls than it would be the ones outside.
Okay. Then I'll try to get a general sense of where
I'll be right back.
maybe people might be standing in the other room. If I hear any speech or conversation or anything, kind of orient myself to get against the wall closest to where they might be talking.
Okay.
And then just take a couple minutes to listen.
Go ahead and give me a perception with advantage. Since you're
19 with the advantage.
you can hear movement through the wall. Shuffling around. It sounds like a desk being desk chair, like a chair, like papers and whatnot. Shifting of things in and around the room. You can hear some footfalls. You hear a creaking sound, and then what almost sounds like a squawking, like. And you hear, "Oh no, who's my good boy? Who's my good boy?" Taran. When he gets here, send him straight in. I want to speak with him. And if he's not here in the next 10 minutes, send someone to find Scarth. And then from that, you hear the door kind of open and close, and you hear footsteps walking out on the landing, and someone walking down the stairs.
All right. I'll turn to the group and say, I think the speaker is looking to speak to somebody specific.
Let's see if we can continue to eavesdrop. We might be able to learn something.
He has some sort of pet in there, like a bird or something.
So who's going to attempt to continue to eavesdrop? Anyone else?
Sure.
I can.
I will.
I think we have better people with better perception.
Anyone? We'll say that since you guys are all kind of associating with this, anyone who wants to do it, roll with advantage.
Okay. I'll just roll again since.
Yep. Damn, Filbert.
And I got the exact same roll. How's that fucking possible?
Well, it's like 1 in 20 chance.
Lathander has forsaken thee.
Apparently. Oh,
Keep it up with the booze, and maybe
He's not all
your
about
ears
the.
will keep getting worse.
oh, don't forget, you guys also can.
No,
Oh, it's just
not
attack
with
or
blast.
saving. Never mind.
That's
yeah.
guidance.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
I've got an 18 though.
Yeah, I
14.
didn't think you were going to be doing it too, but that's okay.
I'm just sitting there quietly, so figured I'd try.
Okay.
You can ignore it. Yeah.
No, not at all. That's a problem. Listening, you guys can hear a kind of a heavy kind of like almost cocky kind of gait coming up the stairs. Now that you're listening to it, it sounds like some kind of punk ass teenager kid kind of stride. I live with a lot of them, so I see them all the time. They don't, but they have friends. And you hear a kind of at the door, and most of you can all hear him go, "Come." It's kind of muffled, though. After that, it's difficult to hear. The voices have kind of dropped down a little bit. However, Filbert, with your 20 fucking 5.
Way to go, Filbert.
You've had a little bit of training in the art of, if not eavesdropping, focusing your attention, shall we say. And you hear a couple things. Well, what's the report then? Quickly. I don't feel like dragging this out tonight. As soon as I'm done feeding them, I'm ready for bed myself. Well, those damn little dark dwarves have been seen again on the open tundra. I guess we shouldn't really be surprised that the Duergar are trying to take advantage of this eternal fucking night. No, it's certainly not a surprise, but it's certainly something that I don't want to have to deal with right away. But perhaps we can turn it to our advantage. But that's not pressing. What else? What else have you heard? Well, we did hear back from our agents in Termaline. It seems that we've had some success. Oh? In what way? Well, we've had some support drummed up for getting rid of Speaker Matthew. Really? Yes, appears that one of those nasty rumors we started spreading has taken root. People will believe anything. Well, that is good news. We'll have to start thinking about who his replacement could be. Someone with the proper strings attached, shall we say. Good. Very good. Anything else? Well, just again, more of this nonsense about monsters in the lake. But as they only seem to be attacking the people over in Brennan, it's kind of hard to put any credence to it. Well, that is true. But we've heard a lot, too many of it now to be just smoke on the wind. Send a few more agents into Bremen. Let's try to get to the bottom of that as well. All right. Well, I will get on that. Thank you. And Scath, no carousing with the men tonight, shall we? I don't need them all drunk again still in the morning. As you say, Speaker, till the morning. And with that, you hear the door open and close. And footsteps going down the wall, down the hall, and down the stairs. And at the tail end of that, just as you're about to done listening, you kind of hear a loud, although from up here it sounds rather soft, but you realize it must be rather loud when he walks down into the common room.
do my best to convey that information to the rest of the group.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That is very.
Now, Speaker Matthew, who is that? What town of 10 towns would that be?
Was that not Thermalane, our hometown
Yes.
with Henrik? Yeah.
Yes, it is. That is what they said. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's. I can't remember if that was the speaker when I lived there. But
I have
it was a
no
long time
idea
ago.
who
But that
the
is
speaker is.
that is definitely that is definitely the town that we both hail from.
You know, I would normally say even with a 1 you would know the speaker of your own hometown, but you got a freaking 0.
I got a 0.
man,
I admitted. I said
0.
I don't know.
I mean, I can't. I mean, literally, you don't know anything.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know 0 zip.
Well,
He
you
could
were
have been
in the
voted
room,
in 20
so-
years ago. I don't.
So why don't you roll a history check, John?
I mean,
That's very appropriate. That noise.
Here, I'll roll a history check just to see if it's the same one that was there 10 years ago.
You're killing me.
I love a skill monkey, man. I love a good skill monkey. So
It's not about. This is not a skill monkey. This is having the DM know who the speaker was 10 years ago.
Oh, sorry.
You can blame Tara for that. I was just going to assume that it wasn't the same.
In a few minutes, you can be all very impressed that I was able to pull out resources to answer that question.
Yeah.
I just
There's
wanted to know
that.
if he was the speaker now. I don't know.
Yeah, is this the existing speaker, or is this the guy who's usurped the speaker? It sounds from that conversation, it sounded like they're trying to usurp the speaker.
Yes,
Yeah.
it seems as though they're trying to usurp the speaker, but they haven't usurped them yet. They've started rumors.
So is it the speaker of? So it's not the speaker of Tourmaline. It's the speaker of Targos.
Well, no, the speaker of Targus has already been used.
Okay.
That's the one we were listening to.
Oh, so
Him and his person.
they're
We were
looking to
listening-
spread to another town, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yes.
So
They got
what town were they referring to?
that's what we don't know.
No, they were referring to the mine and who was it?
Dodvin.
Dodvin's
Me.
hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what?
Tourmaline.
Thermaline.
Tourmaline.
Tourmaline?
Up the road. Up the
You
road.
guys sure about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
That's where
speaker.
they've had some success. Yeah.
The speaker, Henrik,
Mhm.
when you were a lad and lived in Tourmaline, was one Shaylin Matthew.
Oh, so it's the same one then.
You know,
Or related,
you
too.
recall from your. What'd you roll? Fucking 18. She was. What you remember of her, even though, I mean, you were a bit young, but you remember that she was a very friendly to people, very well liked. She kind of had a charming personality, and that one time on the street while you were walking by with your family, when you were very little, she said hello to you all and called you by your own name and remembered your name, and that stuck with you.
Okay. All right. Well, obviously, see, I can't believe she's still the speaker after 10 years. Speaker Masteru is still the speaker. That surprises me. She was very, very nice lady.
You remember she was kind of heavy
Everybody
set.
by name.
Heavy set. She had blonde hair, but she always had it in long, thick braids that came down the front. And you remember that she often always was smiling. How about that? That ain't in the freaking.
Awesome. So,
Nicely
very
done, sir. Nicely done.
I very annoyingly, long-windedly recount all of that. But yeah, she's very, very nice lady. I can't believe she's still this. For them to, I can't. That actually angers me that they're going to try to usurp her and start rumors about this. Very, very nice woman. She knew everybody in the village's name, everybody in the town's name. She knows them. It's troubling. It's very troubling.
I wonder what sort of rumors they're spreading.
Yes. Seems
That
like
might be a good place to go next. I know you want that. I know you want your lake monster. You were very disappointed that there was no lake monster. But
I personally don't really want to go and deal with a lake monster. I'm not very good on the water.
We have
but-
several things we have to accomplish, and it may not take precedence over the others potentially, but
well, we do
I
have a
meant
lot to do here
lowercase
first.
may not.
We have a lot to do here first.
Yes.
What's our? We should come up with a plan. Are we going to get ourselves embroiled in whatever's going on between these towns?
Honestly, no. I just want to figure out personally if anybody knows anything about the person that was killed here. But with the political climate, I don't even know if that's
Maybe
why.
we should ask the tavern keeper.
So somebody was killed here?
Yes, we are researching some murders that are happening that seem to be very ritualistic in terms of the Frostmaiden.
Why don't we call it a night, get up in the morning, and do some investigating?
I'd like to see if maybe we might be able to find some ties between the two. If the 10 towns are starting to be taken over, the sneakers are starting to be taken over, there might be some sort of it would make sense to me at least that there might be some sort of religious connotations to it.
Yeah, but we've also been hired to investigate these murders, like you were saying, and that leads us to Bremen as well, potentially. And don't we also have the possessions we have to eventually drop off? Yeah. So, though I love a good side quest, we can't go after them all.
Look, if an opportunity presents itself to find more information about what's going on, and we know who the appropriate person is to go and tell, I'm all for getting involved in protecting whatever might be happening with the 10 towns. But I think that's a deep, dark cave that we'll get lost in, where we do have a specific group of tasks that we should try to focus on.
Well,
I agree.
I personally think that the innkeep knows
So let's
a lot.
Let's get up early.
Maybe slipping a note.
Or not just slipping a note, maybe slipping some gold.
You said you did say that they said that you your religious beliefs weren't very welcome around here. I would gain that to believe that the powers to be do not look well on your religious beliefs, which means that I think, and if there is some sort of ritualistic murders or killings going on in the name of another god, and the fact that the whole bar was filled with these, I honestly believe they're probably connected somehow. I'm not saying we should go talk to them right now and try to hunt this down, but I'm almost willing to bet that they're gonna lead together at some point. The roads are gonna cross paths at some point and merge into one.
So let's get some sleep, get up in the morning, and talk to the innkeeper. Unless somebody wants to go downstairs and talk to the innkeeper now.
No, there's too many guards all around. He couldn't. He was barely able to allude to me to make no trouble.
Let's see if we can find another opportunity in the morning.
Indeed.
Because we're doing a lot of speculating, but we don't have enough information.
Sorry.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
That's kind of the name of the game.
I guess.
Yeah.
That's right.
Is there any
We could sit here for another hour and talk about what we
Okay.
think might be happening, or we could go and find out what's happening.
I think we should. If you want to escort back to your room, I'm happy to provide, but I think we're pretty safe considering how many town's guards are here.
Yeah.
Zintight, whoever that was.
Fine,
Thank you.
go back and go to bed, I guess.
How far is your room from this one?
Next floor
Second
down.
floor end of the hall. Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. So as Thea steps out into the hall, Thea, you note that there are now 2 guardsmen on either side of the double doors that you
Yeah.
had seen earlier. They are no longer. They're not wearing any of their outdoor clothing. So you see them both wearing studded leather armor, fully armed, and you note that both of them have the purple sash tied around their waist.
I am acting drunk.
There is another guardsman on a stool in front of the other door as well.
Okay. I'm just gonna barely notice them and kind of stumble down to the stairs.
Okay.
Is our bard going with you?
She's already there.
Bart
She
already
stole-
left. Yeah.
She stole my key
Oh,
and
she's
already
already
went
there,
to the room.
I was
Yeah.
wondering why she was so quiet.
I shall be right back.
That was a
Less for the DM to handle at that moment.
a DM deciding to make it easier on himself.
Yeah, totally makes sense.
Yep. Yep.
All good.
They all three, you feel the 6 eyes on you as you move, and
Yeah.
scrutiny as their heads all move in unison, following you the entire way down. But none of them make any move to stop you or do anything.
Yep. I just continue onto the room. Kind of like shuffling a little bit, acting a little bit drunker than I am. And, which room is it? Damn you, Winzera.
Okay. You enter in. There are 2 small beds in this room with a trunk at each of the foot of each. As you walk in, you see the green skin goblin. She's taken off her winter outerwear clothing, passed out. You just see this mouth of teeth with a kind of a tongue lolling to the side as she's kind of snoring away with her hat is pulled down and she's using it to kind of cover her eyes. And you just see
tuck
these
her in.
massive amounts of ragged teeth in this little mouth snoring away.
I tuck her in.
Oh, that's very sweet.
And then, I guess I'm going to bed.
All right.
Yep.
Well, that's a good break point. I don't want to go too long without her as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll pick it up from there next week.